Because one thing that we love here at Makers Gonna Learn is staying on top of the trends. Y'all know I've been sublimating with this printer for it was like 3 offices ago that I got this this printer right here, and it's so faithful. We converted it. There's so much goodness when it comes to sublimation tonight. So what our goal here is in this craft camp is to give you a guide to sublimation for beginners. There are a lot of videos out there on the internet. They could confuse you. They could freak you out. I don't know about you guys, but there's some on the internet that kind of freak me out when it comes to sublimation. So tonight, I want to give you a beginner's guide look of what do I actually need, Tanner, and how do I actually do it, right? So tonight, we're going to make a few different projects. I'm going to share with you some amazing things to do with sublimation. You're going to get professional looking items from a coaster to a koozie to a onesie to a shirt. There's so many different things you can do when it comes to sublimation. If you've never sublimated before, tonight's gonna be a great one. I have a great training. If you are a year member, you get my sublimation class completely free. So I have a great class for sublimating. It's a very easy guide that you get. We have some videos on the channel about sublimation. And if you guys are like, Tanner, I'm in on this, let me know because we may be making some more videos. You're gonna love sublimation. I'm not even worried about that tonight. And I'm so excited for you to see everything that you can do with it. It's not anything to be scared about. It's not anything to be worried about, but it's something you're going to love. And another thing I love is that when you say yes to membership, you say yes to a community that is going to stick with you when these trends happen. We're going to keep you up to date in the membership with any, new craft skills, any techniques. Again, we have people that get in our community and make their membership feedback really quickly because they're able to sell things, they're able to, really get the most out of their membership. What are some good sublimation printers? There's a lot of questions. Now I'm going to be open and honest with you guys. There is a lot to cover when it comes to sublimation. My goal tonight, here's my goal, my heart for tonight's live stream, to give you guys a foundation to understand sublimation. That is not going to mean every question could be answered. It means we're going to have some really great tests and we're going to show things and we're going to try things out. Heck, we even grabbed a sequin pillowcase because we are interested to see what happens. And if you guys know, I'm raw, I'm real every single day. So we're going to test that today. And we even have some products that I am super interested in myself. That is sublimation coating that can help you turn cotton products into sublimation products. But I am so excited. So if you're brand new, I'm so excited. If you are brand new, will you leave me a comment? Because I want to make sure we welcome as many people that we give some really great warm welcomes. So if you're brand new to the YouTube channel tonight, leave me a comment. I love going live at night because a lot of our friends may be able to attend late nights rather than the midday ones that we do. So yay, I love it. Sublimation scares me. I'm a little intimidated. No worries, we are going to walk through that with you. And if you need the link to grab the membership, or if you want to put it in another tab and read about everything you get, because there is so much when you say yes to membership, you're going to love it. I want to start off by talking about your supplies. Like I said, I have quite a few supplies on the table. It's not too intimidating, I want to say, just by starting out. It's not too terribly intimidating. In my opinion, if you can master your Cricut, you can master sublimation. And I don't want you to feel like sublimation is going to take over your life. Like, it definitely has a place, but it's a lot of fun. Like, once you figure out sublimation, you're gonna be able to just do so many different things. And we love, love, love it. So what I'm going to share right now is some of the supplies you're going to need. I already see a lot of comments because you guys are smart sublimation crafters saying, Tanner, what printer do you have? What printer do you recommend? All the things, right? So this is an Epson. This Epson is a Workforce WF7710. All right, this is a Workforce WF7710. Courtney, can I have that third camera and we can just let them look at this real quick. So this right here is the Epson Workforce WF7710. Now, Courtney, I'm going to try to find on our Amazon account how much I actually paid for this printer. And if you could find me the price of what it costs right now while I look this up. So I'm going to type in the Epson Workforce WF7710. And looks like they already have the 20 out, as they always do. You guys know the struggle of that. Okay, so the 20 is outrageous, but the Epson Workforce WF72, I need the 10. Let's see if they have the 10. So this is what I have. Yes, I need to do that. Okay, so this right here, I need to find it in past orders, because this has, again, been a while since I purchased it. So let me see. I'm trying to find it. I want to explain to you the price of it is right now and the price of it when I bought it. So view order details. So I bought this printer. Guys, you all are going to be sick. Could I have the second camera? Yeah. So if you guys check this out, on December 5th of 2019, I ordered this printer for $149. Okay, so $149, and now they're anywhere, I think Carol just said 300 on Amazon. So definitely the price has jumped. And if we could have the main camera, the price has jumped a lot due to COVID, due to all printers, print and cut printers, sublimation printers, all the printers, right? I love how easy it is to convert this printer. This has been one of our favorites. We have a HP we've also converted, but I just love this, and here's why. Because when you unlock sublimation, you are going to unlock a larger ability than just your matte. Now, Cricut unlocked that with our matteless cutting, but that's a whole other story. But this printer that I love, so if you could get one for like 300 bucks, I think that would be a great deal right now. This unlocks 13 by 19 abilities. That's going to allow you to print 13 by 19. That's a huge ability, my friends, when it comes to sublimating. And if you are brand new and you're like, Tanner, get to the point of what sublimation is, let me backtrack. Sublimation is usually working with polyester material, or sublimation blanks is another term you're going to hear often. That could be anything like a ceramic coaster. That could be anything like a polyester shirt. Most of our Cricut projects, I use cotton. So that's why cotton does not work with sublimation, all right? If I sublimated on my cotton t-shirt without adding any additional steps, it would look fine and then just kind of disappear, right? You know what I mean? So this is what I love, is that this printer allows me to do the 13 by 19. So sublimation is pretty much a chemical reaction from hitting, you know, the heat, which we're gonna get to here in a minute, from the paper, and goes into the fabrics. So yay, I love it. You should be able to convert any tank printer. Yes, there's a lot of different ones. It is so much fun to play around with it. Yes, let me explain what I talk about when I mean converting. Converting sounds really scary, but there are kits you get that you have your sublimation ink, and you essentially have to have the cartridge that you can do that. So only a certain amount of printers allow you to do that. Most of them have YouTube videos on it. If you're interested, we can make some on how you could convert this printer, for example. Courtney, do you want to grab the ink that we have sitting out there so I can kind of just show them the ink? Because it's sublimation ink that you would use. So any of the, you know, tank printers and things like that, you will be able to convert. It's not anything super scary, anything crazy. The reason I'm teaching this tonight, my friends, is because we really, really love it. Like, we really, really love it. And it is a lot of fun. So let me share with you, Courtney's going outside the studio to grab it. If you have a sawgrass or anything like that, you are pretty much set up to be, they're more, you know, traditional for the sublimation. So this is converting it and doing a lot of fun stuff. So you'll see kits that come with all kinds of different things like this. You know, we're using the Ink X Pro dye sublimation ink, so super fun. These assist you, and there's some other things that come with it that help you actually convert the printer. So Super, super fun. I love that. It's awesome. And yeah, so you would convert the printer, whole other video on that, right? Super easy though, just a few steps to follow to get it converted. And again, it's better if you start with a printer that's dedicated to sublimation. I'm just gonna say that. Like trying to convert from like a regular printer may be a little bit trickier, right? But if you're starting out, never printed on it, and you start out converting it, totally different ball game. I say that's a great way to go, especially with something like this because you're unlocking the larger ability. All right, so now let's talk about sublimation paper. This is my favorite. This is actually, I've never had any issues with this one right here. It's amazing. This is just the sublimation paper, 13 by 19. It works great. I've never had any issues with it. Again, my friends, if we compare this to infusible ink, let's talk about that. So the reason why I got this printer in 2019 was to do some training on what sublimation was to compare it to infusible ink, okay? Someone says, do you think sublimation is better than heat transfer vinyl? I do not think they could be compared. They're two totally different things. One is an actual vinyl, one is a chemical ink transfer, things like that. So totally different, not something, like I said, there's room for everyone here. There's room for everybody. Anyway, this is the sublimation paper we have. Really great. We love it, and you can do a lot with it. So works fantastic for me. I've seen people use all kinds of papers and things for sublimation. This works great for me. So there's that. After you have your sublimation paper, some other things that you're going to need is your polyester or sublimation blank. Every sublimation blank is not made the same. Cricut has some. Tonight we're making a coaster set of our wedding pictures. So if you loved watching our wedding video, you'll love today's project. And we have another one we're going to test out on the sequin pillows. So we have a lot of fun tonight. Cricut sells some. You can get them on Amazon. They're all made different. So read the reviews. Rachel loves to talk about that. Read the reviews. Okay, my friends? Now with sublimation, I want you guys to notice something. You can see the table right now. What is the common denominator between the coasters, the little sequin, and let me grab something else. So a t-shirt, you can grab a t-shirt, you can grab, you know, a canvas tote bag, you could grab a hat, you could grab a license plate, you could grab, you know, a koozie. What the common denominator here, my friends, between all of these items is they're light colored. They're white or light colored. Like tan is kind of as crazy as it gets, you know what I mean? When it comes to sublimation traditionally, all right? So you have to stay with the light colors. There's ways to hack it. There's ways to do different colors and things like that, but you want to stay traditionally with lighter colors. What type of press do you need to sublimate on t-shirts? What's the price range? So what you're going to see here is that I'm using just the large Cricut heat press. If you are going to be like a dedicated, tried and true sublimator, or you just want to make it like the best, right? A heat press is a great investment. We don't use a heat press a ton. I have a heat press, but we pretty much make all our projects with the large Cricut Easy Press. But if you're like kind of getting to that level, I would definitely suggest the heat press. So yay! And Jennifer, yes, we're talking about our wedding pictures. So we're making a coaster set of our wedding pictures. So white is definitely, you know, a pretty good solution. And then if you don't have a sublimation blank, there are products to turn your product, like a cotton t-shirt, into sublimation ability. So we're gonna test that tonight. I sprayed a cotton onesie with a sublimation coating material. I just did like a pretty thick coat, like I can feel it on the shirt. And we're gonna sublimate on that tonight to kind of see what happens, okay? So that's gonna be a lot of fun. A 15 by 15 heat press would be amazing for this, like just to let you know, all right? So you wanna stick with light colors, you know, there's definitely room for everything here. After that, you're going to make sure you have heat resistant tape. So sublimation is really easy to, you know, have errors if your piece gets moved any. When it comes to Cricut Infusible ink, if you watch my training videos, we are very particular about scratching the infusible ink. We're very particular about a lot of those things. So we like the heat resistant tape, just like the mug press, just like infusible ink. you've got to have your heat resistant tape. Really awesome and important to have. Next up, butcher's paper. This, again, Cricut Infusible ink comes with butcher's paper. You have to have the butcher's paper to protect your heat surface to the actual surface, just to make sure everything's safe. And this is great. There's a lot of different ones. There's mats, you know, lots of different things you could use. We have, let me show you our big roll. Oh my goodness, it's right here. This is our butcher's paper roll. We bought this on Amazon. It's huge. Guys, this is probably gonna last probably like 5 or 6 lifetimes of butcher's paper, right? Don't you think? It's crazy. So unless we run a sublimation business, this is probably gonna last me about 3 to 6 lifetimes. All right, 3 to 6 lifetimes right here, my friends. And then after that, you're going to need, which is probably the biggest thing you're going to need to make these projects, a lint roller. Guys, you must lint roll your product, because this is a chemical reaction. Like, it's literally like infusing into the, like, infusible ink. It's like infusing, the sublimation infuses into the fabric. If there's lint, it's not infusing into the fabric. It's infusing into your lint. You know what I mean? So you've got to have a lint roller on hand when it comes to making your sublimation projects. And it's a lot of fun. Can you use anything else besides butcher's paper? Could you use like one of those sheets that we have, a Teflon sheet? I assume.
Because if the image gets burnt into it,
this is true.
You want something you can throw away.
Yeah.
If the image gets on it, then you'll put it on your next project.
Yes.
You could use freezer paper.
You could use freezer paper. I'm not sure about parchment.
It's like a sublimation product.
Yeah, there is a special sublimation product. Butcher's paper is just one of those easy things to throw away if there's any issues and things like that. So definitely be careful about that and things like that. We probably wouldn't recommend the Teflon at all. So I would stay away and be very, very careful when it comes to that. But the lint roller is a game changer. All right, my friends, a game changer. I love it. So the lint roller, guys, that's pretty much it. So let's recap differences when it comes to sublimating. All right, you're going to have to convert your printer. You're gonna get your sublimation paper. You're gonna get your lint roller. You're gonna have some butcher's paper. And then you probably already have some type of heat source. You probably already have some heat resistant tape. You know, there aren't a ton of things that you have to like be over the moon knowledgeable with before you get into it. Like, I think that's what I want like you to take away from this. You can start with as much or as little as you feel comfortable with. That's the facts. So that's what I don't want you to be scared of. I don't want sublimation to be scary for you. Like, I really don't want that to be the case. All right, my friends. So yay, I love it. The train is here. The train is here. Now, my friends, we are about to get into our crafting portion. And again, tonight at the end of the show, we are going to be announcing who won the Cricut Maker 3, which I'm so excited about. I'm so excited. So get excited for that. Now, again, if you have any questions, be sure to try to let us know. There are a lot. And again, this is just kind of like your beginner's guide to sublimating, okay? So guys, let me share with you what we're going to make tonight, because who is not ready to get crafty? I'm so excited, guys. I don't know why. I'm so excited to sublimate with you guys because it's going to be amazing. Yes, you can print any image you want to sublimate. And what you may not know is that, my friends, Maker's Gonna Learn has so many different images for you to use. Tonight we're using some of our personal photos, and then we're also using something that is our mermaid. So we're using our mermaid image, which is one of our Maker's Gonna Learn cut files, and then it is going to be so much fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to also check out some of our other print and cut files that are ready to sublimate. If you watch some of the Netflix shows, this is from one of the Netflix shows, Outer Banks. It is so much fun and it is awesome. So yay! Nicole, monthly membership, you're still getting amazing bonuses. Take advantage of that because you get all of the cut files. You can download those right away. If you join, it helps you so much. Thanks, Sharon. Yes, that's so true. So you can click print and cut. Guys, all of these cut files, you can literally sublimate. Like, you don't have to worry about having all the vinyl or all those things. So adventure awaits, the alphabet letters, aloha summer. You can sublimate all for your baby showers. And guys, look, you can browse the website, go through, make a little beach hedgehog. Guys, I'm heading to the beach Saturday and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Yes, welcome all our new members. If you're joining tonight, let us know. Bee Day, you guys wouldn't freak out about the bees. I had no idea. You got the bee with the hive. All of these are fantastic. And the Oh Baby collection, guys, all of these are pretty much made for you to sublimate with. All right, pretty much made for you to sublimate with. Designs by Kelly got the StarCraft heat press. Congratulations. I'm gonna have to make them, heck, I'm just gonna have to order one. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to make them send me one. I'm just gonna buy one. So guys, all these images you're gonna be able to sublimate. Let me share with you what we're actually sublimating tonight, because I know you guys are going to be super excited. And what Patricia, what program do you use for larger sublimation projects? Patricia, I hope you're ready for that. I'm so excited. So guys, here's what we're doing. We're in Cricut Design Space today. We have some really fun hacks that we cannot wait to share with you. First of all, we're making coasters. So what I'm going to do tonight is we're gonna make the full coaster set, okay? And then we're going to make a sequin pillow that I've never made before. So that's gonna be our kind of play around, have some fun, give some real review test, okay, my friends? It's going to be fantastic. What I want you to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy, okay? So I'm gonna start over here and just share with you how to set up your coasters. So what you're going to do is you're gonna need just a circle, and let me hide this. So we're gonna use this later. I'm just gonna move this over. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this circle right here, and we're just gonna size it for the coaster. So the coaster is 3.6. So we're just gonna take that and we're gonna type in 3.6. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be able to go over here and we're gonna take any photo you want. So any of your photos, you can just go ahead and select and select. We're gonna take 2 and we're just going to click insert. Now you could upload these. So we're gonna click insert image, and then we have our images right here. And then we're going to take that circle and we're gonna bring it to the front. So we're gonna click arrange, send to the front, and then look at this. So we're gonna easily size our image down because we want it to be smaller. We want more of the image to fit. And then you can kind of take your image and kind of decide, you know, how small you want it. All right, so you can just take that right there. I'm gonna size it down a little bit more. Okay, so now that we have those two right here, we're gonna scoot it over. Look what we're gonna do. It's a really easy thing to do. We're gonna select it, both layers, all right, both layers, and we're going to click slice. Ta-da! Boom. Delete that background. Look at this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna repeat that process again. So we're gonna take our shape, we're going to make our circle, and since the coaster is actually 3.6, I like to make it a little bit bigger. So I said 3.6, but we're gonna do 3.8. Size that. And then again, we're gonna size our image down just a little bit. And then take that, make it a little bit smaller. Again, we're just using our Cricut skills. We're using our mad Cricut skills for this. We're selecting both, and then we're clicking slice. Ta-da! Delete that, boom, boom. We made our coasters. Y'all, killing it. So you guys saw how easy that was to take your picture, your circle, make your coaster, right? You have a set of 4 right here, super fantastic. Look what happens when you click make it. Now I wanna walk you guys through using Cricut Design Space, and then we're going to kind of give you a broader spectrum, a little way to hack the system, if you will, if you are making those larger projects, but you feel really comfortable in Cricut Design Space. So a project like this, you are gonna be able to use print and cut and just print it through the print and cut software, and there's no cutting. So it'd really just be printing in Cricut Design Space. You can do that. And this is a great way to get introduced to sublimation. So if we click Make It, you're simply going to click on the map, and we're going to find, we have a lot of layers. So you're going to find this right here, and you're going to see this is super easy. You could do this on, you know, 2 sheets, and it's really easy. That's what I did for this project, because again, I'm more so worried about you guys getting started than getting overwhelmed. I'm more so worried about you guys just getting started than getting overwhelmed. All right. So if you feel comfortable in Design Space, stick with me. Stick with me. All right. So go ahead and mirror this, and then mirror this, and you're just go print these out, and it's so much fun. Woohoo! All right, so you're gonna print that out just like you would anything else. Like, you're gonna make sure to use that best print quality on your Cricut. If you've never seen that hack, I'm gonna share it with you, but stay tuned because we're gonna use it for our next project. So what you're gonna do is you're going to just print those out. Now, what I love is, it's actually really funny. So you still have your black rectangle, just like you would with any Cricut print and cut project, right? You're gonna have that. And what's funny is, just like in Fusible Ink, because it's pretty much sheets of sublimation, the colors look duller than what they're actually going to be. All right. The colors are gonna be lighter than what they'll actually be. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. So we're gonna take our scissors. Now again, I'm not gonna get my fingerprint residue on here too bad. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to cut out, not in a perfect, I'm leaving some edge, everything like that, of our little photos. So this is easy. So if I have that overhead camera, we'll kind of share with you guys like what the process looks like.
Tell them that we mirrored these.
We mirrored them. Yep, we turned mirror on before we got off the shared screen. You would not, so if you upload it and select when you upload your image as a print and cut, it'll already know to be a print and cut. But if it's not, all you need to do is click flatten. So we're just gonna cut this out. It does not have to be perfect. That's what I really want to get over, you know, to everyone tonight. Your sublimating is going to perfect as you go. And I just want to inspire you guys, if you are interested in something, to go for it. We only live once. Sublimating has been so fun. And just to share with you like a finished coaster, because I love to give you guys something to look forward to. This is like a real coaster. Like, this is beautiful. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is literally beautiful. It looks amazing. I love this. So it's awesome. So yay! New annual member joined 2 days ago. Welcome, welcome. Did you print on sublimation paper? Mary, if you're just tuning in, yes. So we printed that on, let me share it with you. This is my sublimation paper. So it's actually 13 by 19. I cut some sizes down to work in just the 8.5 by 11. So, So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna continue cutting these out. Super easy. Just cutting this out right here. Just like to be careful when it comes to getting close to the ink.
So why didn't you use the Cricut to cut this?
So a lot of people are saying, hey, why didn't you use the Cricut to cut this? Because remember, my friends, I'm not wanting anything to really touch the ink, because if I scratch this, it would show on your cut quality, all right? So if I scratch this, it would show on your actual transfer quality, and we want to make sure we, you know, take good care of it. So that's why I'm being very gentle, taking great care of it, things like that. I guess you could try to let the Cricut cut it, but I'm not risking it for no biscuit. Like, I'm go, you know, take care of my sublimation. All right, as I throw it down. So again, the cuts do not have to be perfect, because here's what we're gonna do. Now that we have this a little bit wider, I know I have a lot on my craft table tonight, y'all, so if you feel like a little overwhelmed, join the club. Join the club. So this is what I'm using today. The Cricut Infusible Ink coasters. These are so fun. I love it. And Lynn, so I used the Cricut software to print it. That's all I did. It was just an easy way of showing you guys how to put them in circles, how to do all that fun and make it really, really easy. Does the Easy Press come with heat resistant tape? No. So we're using our own heat resistant tape today. which I'm going to share with you how to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our coasters, and first things first, I talked about the lint roller. I lint roll all my sublimation projects. You want to sublimate, you need to get your lint roller going because you're going to use it more than you ever thought you would. Like if you thought you'd lint roll your clothes, no, you're lint rolling coasters, you're lint rolling hats, koozies, you're getting all the residue off. All right, so much fun. You guys are going to love this. It's awesome. Okay, so just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a photo. We're going to line it up right here, just like so. And then we're going to take the heat resistant tape. And this is a lot of heat resistant tape, guys. Look at this. This is like the big time. Big time. So it does look dull. I saw someone comment, it looks dull. Yes, it totally looks dull. I'm taping this and I'm making sure it stays super secure. That might be a little too snug. I just want it to stay nice and secure in case it moves. So I'm going to tape probably like 3 or 4 times around here. Guys, you don't have to be super perfect when it comes to this either. This is just like a little extra safety precaution, I call it, to make sure you're doing your due diligence. Ta-da! And I like this here because it's going to make sure that if you have a little outer edge. I'm gonna do a 4th one just because we're here. I want to make sure we're doing that due diligence. So ta-da! So let's go keep it right in place. Love it, love it. So there's one. Then we're just go repeat this to our other 2. So we're doing 3 tonight. 3 coasters. I already made 1 and it looks amazing. Following the same technique. So again, if you've watched other people sublimate, well, I've already said it. They make it look super scary. There's other videos out there that can overwhelm you, that can make you say, hey, I never want to sublimate again. I never want to try sublimating. That's not our goal here. Not our goal. We're all about having fun here. So I think 4 pieces, honestly, is overdoing it. So if you're home and you're like, I think this is overdoing it, Tanner agrees with you. I'm doing it for the sake of the video. And yes, so we're using the Epson Workforce WF7710. So the 20 is very expensive, so definitely make sure. I would say for this type of printer, I wouldn't spend more than $300 for it. So yay! When using sublimation paper, do you need a laser printer or inkjet? So you actually need to convert a printer and put sublimation ink in there. So if you're not using a sublimation specific printer, you would need to convert that. So yay! If the heat resistant tape is over any part of your photo, won't it be faded or not sublimated there? So yay! All right. And then we're just going to finish taping. Let me know, Courtney, is there any like big overarching questions, any topics you think I should touch on that I may have, overlooked or anything like that? Awesome. Let me know what everyone's thinking, guys, here in the comments. How are you all doing tonight? Happy Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm so excited we were able to extend the coupon code for anybody that is like, hey, I really, really, really want to be a member, but I've just been super busy this week. This is your opportunity, my friends. This is your last chance before the sale ends, and I don't want you to miss out because we've had so many friends right here that's rocking it. So yay! There's so many other brands, Marie. Feel free to check out the other brands that you all are going to be able to rock. Okay, so now that we have that right here, we are going to just take one of these and we're going to hit this for 50 seconds, okay? So we're going to hit this for 50 seconds right here. Notice I have an easy press mat that we're going to put this on, and then we're going to take our Cricut Easy Press, and this is already preheated to 400 degrees. All right, so we have 400 degrees, and we're gonna do it for 50 seconds. Can I do it for any longer? Oh yeah, let me just set it to 50. So we're gonna do it for 50 seconds, and then we'll be able to peel it up and let it cool. So here we go, woohoo! Start. starting the timer, and I'm applying some decent pressure. So how do you convert the printer? So that is a whole separate tutorial. It really depends on what printer you're using. Definitely check out Sawgrass, check out HP, check out this Epson. I will post a video for you guys if you all are interested, so let me know. That is awesome. Woohoo! Over 560. Hey, Jill. Not even 200 likes. Everyone, Jill wants some likes. So give her some likes to support the channel. Woohoo! I got my membership today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love it. Oh my goodness, Susan. I forgot to put down the butcher's paper. Susan. Oh my goodness. Guys, can I have the main camera? With almost 600 people here, this was definitely a mistake. I apologize. I got a little too excited. But let me share with you what would happen if you forget to use your butcher's paper. Did you see the smoke that just blew over me? Because it happened. I'm going to set this one to the side and I'm going to share with you what happens when you forget. We'll share that as a...
Picture on the Easy Press?
Is the picture on the Easy Press? No. No. It could happen. But it looked like it was about to. So be careful when you do this. We're going to take another one, and then we are going to take our butcher's paper like a good crafter would, teaching over 500, and then we're going to press again. So just like so. You want to be extra, extra careful, guys. The reason why we tape that is to keep the sublimation paper in place, because if it moved a little, it would ruin your entire project. There's no material to remove the ink. There's nothing to get that back. So just to let you guys know, I hope you all enjoyed that laugh. And yes, the butcher's paper. I talked about it. If you guys have been here from the beginning, I talked about how good the butcher's paper is and why you need it. So it's not like I don't know. I'm going to get another drink of coffee. I got excited. Where can I get butcher's paper? So, you know, Amazon. You can get it Costco, Walmart, anywhere. Yeah, listen, if y'all want to see someone be human and make mistakes, you are at the right place, my friends. Ooh, this is looking so good. All right. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the reveal of these. They look so great. All right, so we're gonna hit our last one. This is awesome. Before the live, I said we all make mistakes. Michelle, we sure do. Yeah, we're pressing for 50 seconds at 400. So 50 seconds at 400 degrees. And should you use butcher's paper for everything you sublimate? Guys, I started pressing again without the butcher's paper. I'm too much. I'm too much. Yay, MJ is making a coaster too. Woohoo! Can you turn any printer into a sub printer? Yes, you can. I would make sure. Look at all these comments. Where is your butcher's paper?
You cannot. It has to have a tank.
You have to make sure it's a tank printer though. So it cannot be any printer. You have to have the ink tanks. So there we go. Just to recap, as I make the mistake again, you have to have the printers that have the tanks. So if you see here, let me see how easy it is to kind of open this up right here. So you have to have the ones with these little tanks. So if I pop this out real quick, I'll just show you one of the tanks. So this right here is your tank. So this is how you're going to be able to fill it up. It's a little messy, but again, I can make a whole video on how to just fill this up. It's not hard at all. So super simple. We'll pop that back in. You can hear a click when it pops, so that's easy. And then you pull it out just a little. Click this in. Ta-da! Okay. So yeah, it has to be one of the tanks, just to let you guys know. Yeah, the tank printers, amazing. No butcher's paper again. I know, I'm going crazy, y'all. Okay. So now, I just like to take my scissors, just cut this off right here. Ta-da! Oh my gosh. Can I have the overhead camera? Look at how good. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, so good. So much fun. Just gotta get this tape off. Okay. And then we're going to get our other one right here. And they're very hot, so just be very careful. The ceramic takes a little bit more to cool than traditional. Like if you were just doing a shirt or something, it wouldn't take as long at all. So just like so, you can rip this. Oh, I love it. Now guys, look at how professional this looks. Like that's what's so crazy about all this, guys. Sorry for that. That's what's so crazy about all of this, because they're so super nice. Like these are amazing. And then where's my sample that I made before the live? Where did that one go? Oh, here it is. So look at these. I mean, they're so much fun. Super awesome. We love those. And then yay! Yes, we did make the correction. Woohoo! These are gonna be a great set. So I'm just letting these cool. And that's what I love about this, guys. Like there's something about when you're able to do something so professional, so unique. I mean, this is something all of your friends and family would absolutely eat up. Like, hello, who would not want to sell these? Who would not want to make these? I know I am obsessed. Like this is just something that Cricut would never be able to compete with. You know what I mean? Look at this. Oh my gosh. I love this set. So,
We need matching mugs.
oh, we need matching mugs? Oh, Court, we do need matching mugs. I love that. So guys, yeah, you can do all kinds of things. And I want to give a shout out to Carly Hall, who taught you guys on a YouTube video. If you don't follow Carly, she's so sweet. She used Cricut Design Space to design kind of like a mug press. So much fun. Yes, the cooling period is like 30 seconds or so. Again, we're live, so I just want to make sure we get to share with you guys the reveals. I think these two came out the best. Love it. Such great quality, y'all. Such great quality. So we're gonna set these over to the side. What do you guys think? Let me see can I have the main camera? What do you guys think of hitting the coasters with the sublimation? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you just can't get that quality everywhere with everything, right? Do you know what I mean? So it's so unique. These, again, are so professional. They're permanent. Like, you're not gonna be worried. Sally asked a great question. I was about to talk about this. Are the coasters ready to use, or do you have to seal them? Sally, I can put my Starbucks water right here on it and get to using it. There's no sealing. You're not worried about the vinyl peeling up or anything like that. Yeah, let's have that overhead camera. So we'll pop open the water. Look at this, y'all. I mean, I'm literally just like dripping water on here. And there's nothing. Like there's no ink to rub off or anything like that. Like it is, the chemical reaction speaks for itself. Now guys, here's the thing, my friends. It's all about your approach. I was able to make this project super easy, very simple, and you guys don't have to overthink it. I don't want you guys to overthink it. Full Moon Loom, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. I love the comments, guys. I can see mug coasters with matching sublimation notebooks. That's another great thing. Yes, I love that. I mean, you all are gonna be able to rock this. There's so many great sets you can do. You can do notebooks. There's a lot of things being added to Amazon that you'll be able to rock. So yeah, this is great. You again have the whole set here. They're amazing, super fun. I love that. And you're able to rock it. Now again, you won't be able to reuse the sublimation paper, and I think this is one, I forgot to show you on camera what it looked like when you did not use the sublimation. So when you didn't use the butcher's block when you were sublimating, it kind of goes through, like this all was burnt because it was direct to the heat press. So you want to be careful. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're making. So my friends, this is what we're working with tonight, all right? This is our next like little trial, like can we make something super fun with this, the poly, with the sequined pillow, which is polyester, you know, because it's a sublimation blank, right? Because we ordered some sublimation sequins pillows, which are gonna be fantastic. So I'm really excited. Disclaimer, we have never made one of these sequin pillows. Courtney just likes to really challenge me with the ideas. So it was so cute. Courtney designed this to make a matching set for our pastor's daughters. So tonight I really... They've been mermaids all week at VBS. So this is what she's designed for them. And let me go back a step just so that you can see this adorable image. So this right here is one of our print and cut files. So she has been able to take one of our print and cut files, add this in here, manipulate some of the little pieces, and then use the font Bubbles to put one of their names on here, and it is super awesome. I cannot wait to share with you how you're going to sublimate this, but let me share with you what it started as. So you can just search mermaid on the membership right here, and you're going to get the mermaid. So this is the mermaid cut file, and you get this. So if you join tonight, you can download this and make something very similar, or when you get your sublimation printer, things like that. It's awesome. Love the mermaid. Courtney did not have to do a ton of work here because the cut file did the work, right? So we sized our pillow right here, super awesome. And then we uploaded the cut file. We added the font. We did a little, a little this, a little that. And then here's where it gets good. So I had a friend comment and say, Tanner, where do I go when I want to make something bigger than print and cut, right? How do I make something bigger than the print and cut restrictions, right? That's what I want to share with you, where you can design, where you can use what you feel comfortable with on Cricut Design Space, and then kind of bridge the gap, right? So we're going to delete out our beautiful coasters. Those are beautiful. We just need to pull this over because this is just there to reference, right? We're done with that. You've designed it. It looks beautiful. You used a font, you used a cut file. Super fun, right? You've got that here. Now we're going to click between the 0 and the 1 right here in this little area. If you click that, look at that. All those lines went away, all right? Went away, unbelievable. So we're going to size this up. We're going to zoom in, make sure we can see it all right here. Oops, went too far. All right, so is anyone picking up what I'm about to do? I don't know if you all do or not yet. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, my friends. Okay, so whoops. All right, so we're gonna move this over. Okay, so we're right here. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna screenshot this. All right, we're gonna screenshot this. Oh my goodness, Courtney reminded me we have to do one step. So we need to tell Cricut that we want to mirror it before we go to make it, because we're not going to make it there. We're going to print it somewhere else. So after you've made your image perfect, what we're going to do is we're going to flip it. So go to flip, all right? And then we're going to flip horizontal, all right? Flip horizontal. Look at that. We flipped it. We did a manual flip. You guys rocked it. Now what we're going to do is we are going to screenshot this, all right? Screenshot this. For Mac, it's Control-Shift-4, and then you get to size it. So you press your mouse down and select the size, all right? And then you just release, and you hear the little screenshot. So it's gonna go to our download folder. With all the layers, you can change the skin tone or other colors, right? Allison, oh my gosh, I love that. So let me share with you, because I know we have some newbies on here and I don't want to overwhelm anyone. So if we go to upload, you select the cut file that you uploaded, super easy. We're gonna click insert image. Look at this, guys. We're gonna size this down because this is a big image. So we'll go down to like 6 inches. And then here's our little mermaid. So you could select the skin tone, and you could change that to whatever color, whatever color you want. You could do, any skin tone. So you could just go through, and you can go to advanced, so you can kind of find your own skin tone color and things like that. So super easy to, customize a color for you. All kinds. If you just want a little tan, you know what I mean? Like, you can just kind of go through. So this is easy. So once you have perfected that color, like any color, you could change any of these colors. If you don't like the blue, you can come down here, you can come down here and say, that's a little too dark for me. What else can I do? Can I make it a different color? Can I, take that color and, make it a little bit lighter, go on purple, you know what I mean? So you can kind of do whatever you want. Once you're happy with it, select all of it, come down here, and you can press flatten. Ta-da! And then you're good to go. So super easy, super easy. All right, so how would you do that on a PC? You would search on the Google how to screenshot on PC. All right, so it looks like you would hit the PRT. So I think you have to use a little thing called the snipper tool. Yeah, so you'd use the snipper tool. So snip and sketch. So you just snip it out of your thing. So they say if you press the window button, Shift and S. All right, so you can just Google it and then you'll see the screen snip. So you just want to click the screen snip button and you'll then kind of select it and it'll kind of pop up to something like this. So not super familiar, but always am willing to do some Googling for you. All right, so we screenshotted it. Now let's go find that screenshot. Okay, here is our screenshot. We are going to open this. Here's our screenshot we just took. Okay, so woohoo! We're almost in the home stretch, all right? So we're going to go up here, we're in preview, we're gonna click file, we're going to click print. Now here's where it gets juicy. It thinks we're on a US letter size piece of paper, but as you guys know, our sublimation paper is 13 by 19. Y'all, 13 by 19, okay? So what we're going to do is we've got to go over to paper size, and we have to click manage custom sizes. So right here, we already made one that is sublimation, and this is going to be paper size 13 by 19. So what this means is if you have extra pieces of paper that you do not want to waste from sublimation, you could create your own paper size, 6 by 6, 5 by 5, any of that, and create your own paper size. So this is our sublimation one. So we can just go to paper size and we can go to sublimation. Woohoo! Look at that. So it's scaling to fit. So this is gonna be perfect. And then what we wanna do is, Courtney, where do we go and tell it to give best quality? I wanna tell it to go to best quality. I'm trying to see where I would tell it to do, because we normally have like this best quality option. Media and quality, yes, we're wanting to go to best. We want the best quality ever. So if you're a Mac user, look what I just did. So I was in preview, but if you click on preview and go to media and quality, look at this, look at this. So auto select, but we're going to best. So once you're at best, and again, we've selected our printer, super easy, we are ready to press print. All right, print. So woohoo! Let's go to the third camera. Let's go to the third camera because we're juicing the printer up. Oh my goodness. Let's see if it's go for us. Woohoo! So the reason why we couldn't do this through Cricut is because we're making this large. Y'all, this is going very big. It says insert this correctly. Oh, there you go. I didn't have it inserted correctly. Okay. Okay. So definitely getting low over here. This is not, oh, look at you guys. Oh yeah, Allison, this was super fast. But look at how large this is right here. Look at how large this is right here. Oh my goodness, right at little less than 13 by little more than 10. So that's pretty large, pretty awesome. You guys are going to literally be able to rock it. Yeah, so Courtney's saying you could create a 13 by 19 rectangle in Cricut Design Space before you screenshot, and then you could have filled up other images here if you're really wanting to capitalize on your paper. I love that hack. So we'll again be putting these in videos and things like that so you guys can get excited. So yeah, as you can see, our ink is running out, but this is a test, so we're just gonna kind of go with it for today's show. Do I have another what?
You already have one of those printed.
Oh, did I already print this? Yes, I did. Hold on, let me show you what I printed. Oh my goodness. look at this. Okay, so I'm so glad I prepared. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I prepared. Now, I wanna let you guys know, I did not press the best print quality on this one. And I already can see, no, this is all I got, unfortunately. So you can see some of the blues, but you can really see here is different. So again, these are the issues that you now run into when you go ahead and see that. So yeah, you might just want to be, you know, careful all about that. And yes, I'm not forgetting my butcher's paper. So this is what we got. You can see the ink is definitely running out. So you want to keep a good stock of your ink, but you can see the blues. What's interesting is when you make the print quality go best, do you see the difference here? Like even with the ink quality difference, like wow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut out this hair because this hair is really the only issue. Like other lines I feel like we can work with. But we're going to cut out this hair. So just stick with us. This is what happens when we're live. So this is literally what would happen if you're in the craft room with me and Courtney. You know what I mean? If we were crafting together, we're best friends, we invited you over for a craft knot, this is what would happen. So this is real life. And that's what I love about our Makers Can Learn community. Is because we're just kind of real all the time. It's one of my, I think, best qualities, but it's also, I feel like one of the things a lot of people, you know, are usually like, what's going on with him? He's a little off. That's just me. So anyway, we have this right here. So what we're doing is we're just going to replace the hair. So now I'm going to take this one and cut the hair out as well. Do, 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 do. Okay, so we're going to protect the hair. All right, I'm just going to cut that. And then we're going to cut this out. Love it. I'm very excited to see this craft pack come to life. Like, is this going to work? Is it not? We're keeping you entertained tonight. If anything, this could just be the entertainment part. I feel like we've given you an amazing success project and we're keeping you on your toes. So, woohoo. I'm giving you the best of both worlds tonight is what I'm trying to say. And then I'm going to trim this out just a little bit more so I can be able to place this really, really well. Okay. Love that. All right, so tonight, my friends, we have our sequin. Gotta be careful. So if this is a typical shirt or something, you would need to put butcher's paper inside the image you're pressing. And where the heck can I open this pillow? Is it a zipper? Oh, it's right here. So traditionally you would insert, you know, if this was a t-shirt, things like that. Obviously this is sequin, so that doesn't, you know, follow, but you would want to put something to protect the inside because it could press through on the material, which it possibly could through this. So I'm going to get a piece of butcher's paper. We're going to put that in there. All right. How are you guys doing in the comments, Courtney? What is everyone saying? Are they wowed?
They love how real you are.
Oh. The edge of their seat. Oh my goodness, you guys are awesome. Ooh, that's true. So I love the idea of the sublimation pins. That's an amazing idea as well. You guys are so crafty. So many good ideas. As long as you can upload it in Cricut Design Space, you'll be able to, you know, either... Yeah, you can upload it to PNG, JPEG, all the images to Cricut. So really, no issues whatsoever, which is awesome. So, okay, we have that here. I'm going to close this right here. Guys, I'm getting nervous. Are you all nervous? I think you all are already nervous. You're probably just waiting for me to join you. I'm nervous at this point. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. This is a big press. This is a big image. Big.
Tape it down.
Oh, I'm taping it.
Tape it together and then see what it looks flip it back.
Okay, so here's what we're doing. Oh, I need to cut out the head some. The head needs a little bit more trimmy trim. This is so fun. Love it. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. See what this looks like, my friends. Oh my goodness gracious. This looks great. Trim this a little bit more.
545 people ready to see this.
545 people. Wow, you guys are dedicated. Are you here? Let's be honest. Are you here for the craft support, or you just want to know who won the Cricut Maker? Yeah. At this point, I probably should have already announced it. I apologize. Stay tuned. Oh my goodness. You guys know I would live stream with or without a Cricut Maker giveaway. Okay. Well, Courtney, it would have made better sense if this was the same size. So it's not. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to cut this part off right here. And then take that. Like we're going to tape this. We need to tape it. Well, no, this is the up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Can I put a piece of tape?
Well, it's you're cutting it close, man. You're cutting it close.
I feel good about it.
Okay. Courtney feels good about it. Now, Courtney does some crazy craft hacking. Like, these are things, a lot of things that Courtney does, Rachel and I probably wouldn't support if we're being completely honest.
Yes, they say that's why I'm not allowed to do videos.
Yeah, see, like, no, you're getting the tape on the arm. Courtney, oh my God. Courtney. Yeah, one of the reasons, and this is just another honesty moment, one of the reasons why, oh no, Courtney, oh no. Courtney knows the correct terminology, y'all, when it comes to Cricut. She chooses not to use them half the time. It's so funny.
Like I don't burnish.
Like she doesn't burnish. There's a lot of, skills that she knows better because she was taught. Woo. She knows how to use it, but she chooses just to finagle it her own little way. And y'all, tonight, if we can rock it, you can rock it. Because look what we're doing here. This is crazy. This is like X Games mode. Now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the beautiful, beautiful butcher's paper.
Are you going to tape it down more on the sides?
Yeah. Yeah, I need to tape this down a little bit more as well. Okay.
All else fails bringing Courtney.
All else fails bringing Courtney. Hallelujah. That's so true. Good thing we already brought her in today, y'all. She's here with us. So much fun. So we're just going to take this down a few times, a few places. Okay, this is perfect. So you want to make sure everything fits on your your mat. Okay. This is good. This is good. I'm thinking. Oh my goodness, my easy press isn't even on. Okay.
Add more paper.
Add more paper.
Your butcher's paper.
I know. We're going to. Making sure everything's good. So I've lint rolled it before, so we're good. And then we're gonna add this right here. Okay, so this is gonna be so good. Makers do learn. It's a team building workshop. Yes, Kim, you need to cover the entire pillow. Woohoo! All right, so we were covering everything that we are actually hitting. So we've got our hit area right here. We're gonna place it, put it down, and it's awesome. And this is heat resistant tape. So this is heat resistant tape. Great question, my friends. Great questions. And I double checked that every sequin that is in this is, that's actually in the image, is facing down. What you might see is some of the sequins were missing. Like if you really were getting nitty gritty, we were out of some sequins. But yes, always make sure your sequins are on the right area. Okay, let's do it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I'm nervous. Oh, see, I moved the easy press a little, so it's like, did you move your thing? But you're like, nope, I taped it down. Okay, I remembered this. Woohoo! Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. You put the picture right on the sequins. Yes, Cheryl. Yes. Butcher's paper. Kathleen, you're on it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Low-key nervous.
I think you need a whole minute.
Courtney wants a whole minute. Those 10 seconds are just go bless this project. We're gonna give Courtney a whole minute. I actually go give it a little bit more pressure than I normally would. If you want to go to the main camera just to see that our table is very tall. So I'm just standing over it with some body weight. Not necessary, but I feel like for this project with the sequins would be the time to pull it out. You know what I'm saying? So we're just getting a little bit more pressure. So we're gonna give 10 extra seconds. It just beeped at 50 seconds. Nail biter. Oh my gosh, it's there, y'all. Leah, I'm scared. It has sequins? I missed that part. If you missed it, you're going, love this. I did remember the butcher's paper. You guys are awesome. Do you have to press all in one go like Infusable ink? Yes, you cannot do segments. Okay. Oh, I've got to hit. I think I'm gonna hit it again, and we're just gonna see. I just finished saying that you can't hit things twice, but you gotta hit it again. You gotta hit it again to finish the project. I'm so nervous now. I came up with every video, every idea at Craft Camp. Oh God. Okay. I came up with every video, and I need Oreos to calm down. Bring me some Oreos. I came up with all the videos for Craft Camp, and I really challenged myself. All right. Dun-dun. 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 Look at this. The Lord is always with you. And just throughout the flaws, I absolutely love this. Guys, we converted the hair. Like, this would have been the hair. So we gave it good hair. All the sequins are down. Here's where Tanner went wrong. Tanner did not size the project to his heat press. That was my fault. Like, you guys, the comments are so sweet. Thank you, my friends. You all are the absolute sweetest. I take credit that I should have sized the project to my heat press. If you take anything away from that, be sure to size your project to your heat press, okay? Secondly, the second hit did beautiful. The Lord was with us. I should have hit it a little bit longer, and I should have had a larger heat mat. Like, that was my fault. Like, I take full responsibility that it does look amazing. Oh my gosh, yeah, for the people that didn't know, like, look at this, look at this. So you can totally, like, make this look totally different. Super cool. If you've never seen one of these are awesome. I don't know the actual name of this, but it's very addicting. It's a what?
The sequin flip.
Yeah, the sequin flips. This is crazy. Look at this, guys. Craft Camp. I love this. And then look, oh, look at this, look at this. Aw, I love it. I love it. Victoria's gonna love this. I cannot wait to give these as gifts. Okay, so anyway, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? It looks good. Aw, still great. We don't notice flaws. You guys are the sweetest. I love it. Oh my goodness. So you have the name. You have everything here. Oh, this has been great. This is so much fun. This has been the best. Look at us. This is what the Lord does, y'all. He takes our flaws and he just fixes it. I mean, it's beautiful. It is really, it's amazing. I love it. I'm so happy with this. And it's awesome. So good. We love it. I am just so happy with this project because it is definitely a labor of love for all of us. And it is super awesome. So this is before we do our next project. So remember, I told you guys if we had time, we have, I have this product that is amazing. This is for Addie Kate. You guys know Addie Kate is Kendall's adorable little baby and my little niece. We have the sublimation spray that I sprayed all over this before we left for VBS. And we're going to put one of our new cut files from Oh Baby that says these rolls are homemade. And we're putting it on cotton. Putting it on cotton that has been sprayed with sublimation coating. And now I'm going to share with you one last thing for our sublimation training. This right here, again, has been the sprayed onesie. I'm going to take a piece of butcher's paper. Go get a few more sheets. I need another sheet. So I'm gonna cut 2 little pieces off here. This sheet I'm putting inside the onesie.
We found out she was
Just Country Girl! Wait, what'd you say? She's hyperventilating. Congratulations! Thank you for your support. I'm so excited you're getting the machine. I love it. I love it. Woohoo! Awesome. So this is so much fun. How cool. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we just need to put another sheet of butcher's paper inside the onesie to protect the fabric. So I'm putting this in here. This is kind of the harder part. Like it's not an easy part, you know what I'm saying? This is a little extra piece of work, if you know what I'm saying.
lint roller.
Yep, we're gonna lint roller next. Woohoo! All right, you hold that there, and then we're gonna lint roll. Who's ready to lint roll? All right. Ta-da! Okay, so now I already printed it out, mirrored it, super awesome. We're gonna place that right here, and then we're gonna tape it. I'm just gonna use one piece of tape because it's late, and I know you're tired, because I'm tired too. And now we're gonna be able to put our butcher's paper on here, and then we're gonna hit it. Oh my gosh, my easy press went off. Okay. Ta-da! So let's see how it goes. I'm so excited. Yeah, be sure to follow me on Instagram because we will be able to share with you what this actually looks like after we wash it. Because that's the true result, right? Like, how does this do after we wash it? Aww, Just Country Girl is still representing Makers and Learn. I'm so excited. You won the machine, my friend. So excited. Y'all, if you aren't a Makers and Learn member, please go join. You will not regret it. Best business decision ever. Yes, if you all are looking just for your personal hobby or you're ready to make a business out of it or you're just interested in the future, your membership, you get that commercial license. So woohoo, I love it. All right, so look at this, my friends. Wow, love it. I love it. And look guys, it's done. Like it's super awesome. Super, super fun, and check it out. So, yay! Look at this. These rolls are homemade. Addie is gonna look freaking adorable with this. So you guys are gonna be able to make really awesome projects. Again, look, it's a chemical like thing. Like you can stretch it. Like see, it's in there. It is in there. So yes, follow me on Instagram, TannerBell1023, because we're gonna wash this and show the reveal in the next day. So get excited, so excited. And tonight, my friends, I think this could be a record from start to finish projects that I've done in a live stream, even though it has been almost 2 hours. Onesie, adorable. Sequin pillow. This is one, here's the thing, guys. If you were here live with me tonight, this is one of those projects that we're gonna be talking about for years. If you were here with me tonight for this live stream, we will be talking about the inside jokes about this for years to come. Like, oh, remember the time Courtney, it was like having you cut out the hair? Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's gonna know what we're talking about. The cool kids do. And then we made the coaster set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all, we crushed it. 6 projects that you guys have been able to watch us make. So it is so much fun. I absolutely love it. You guys are awesome. This has been an amazing craft camp. I am just thrilled that we were able to host this and have a lot of fun together. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you back here real soon on the Makers and Learn YouTube channel. And if you're a member, I'll see you in the membership community tonight or tomorrow. Probably both. So yay, see you guys. Bye now. What is going on, guys? Tanner Bell here, and welcome back to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel. If you're brand new here, I am so excited that you're here today because we have a start to finish guide for creating a sublimation shirt. Today, we're going to share with you the entire process, start to finish creating an amazing onesie. But if you're new around here to the Makers Gonna Learn channel, you do not want to forget to hit the subscribe button and go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. I cannot wait for you guys to see this video because we're super excited about it. All the sublimation files featured today is actually exclusive to our brand new course, Makers Gonna Sublimate. You have to go check it out with over 16 training videos and 200 exclusive files. You do not want to miss out on this brand new training course to learn all about sublimation. Definitely take a look down below. You'll have a special offer to join today, and it is going to be so much fun. We also have a freebie down there that is your Sublimation for Beginners checklist. I cannot wait for you to see that and grab it today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you need to create your own shirts today. If you're brand new to sublimation, I want to invite you to check out our Sublimation for Beginners video. It's very helpful because we really focus in on all the material, but what I want to also share with you is today you're going to have pretty much all the same material here on the table. So we're really excited to share with you how to sublimate from start to finish. What I really want to hit home for today's video is that you definitely want to have your shirt be at least 65% polyester. All right, that's the bare minimum, but today we're using 100% polyester little onesie, and this will be perfect for today's project because we're gonna get the most vibrant quality from 100% polyester. But I know that's not always realistic, so 85% is great, but at the bare minimum, let's do at least 65, okay? In addition, you're going to want to have some heat-resistant tape. I think that's the secret weapon to having the best results when working with sublimation. Today, we're even able to use the 6x7 mini easy press. This is a really easy one to use. You don't have to have the big easy press today if you're making onesies. I like having the more control with the 6x7. Now notice we have our big Epson Workforce printer right here on the table, and this printer is fantastic. We love, love, love using it for sublimation. It's fantastic, and it always has given us great results. And the reason why is we use gray ink. We've tried a few different brands of sublimation ink, and I'm always so impressed with how they all work really well. This right here is StarCraft. You could also use Cosmo or whatever you prefer. Definitely check out the links below because we've linked this and all the products used here today. So if you all are excited, you have all your material ready, let's go ahead and jump into Cricut Design Space, where I'm going to share with you how you're able to grab your file and use the print and cut feature to print out your design. It doesn't have to be complicated, and it's really simple to do. I think it's a great way for Cricut users to jump into sublimation actually using the print and cut feature. After you get familiar with sublimating and when you want to go larger than print and cut size, that's when we invite you to use programs like Illustrator, Inkscape, Canva, Preview to do your design work. So let's go ahead and take a look. So once you're in Cricut Design Space, what you're going to want to do is come down to the upload feature. We're simply going to upload our image, and sublimation cut files or sublimation files in general are great to use when they are in the PNG format. So now we're simply going to take our image, which is take it slow. So when you have this, you're going to press complex and you can press continue. And this is going to allow you to clean up the image if you need to. But as you can see, when you work with Makers Gonna Learn sublimation files, they're all ready and good to go. So you can press continue. And now the last thing you want to do is save it as a print then cut image, even though after we print it, we're not actually going to cut. So press upload. Now you can see it in your recently uploaded files. Let's select it and add to our canvas. So now, real quick, we want to grab our little onesie and measure it. this is what you want to do. I always tell my students that we always measure twice and cut once. So we're going to grab our onesie, lay it down, grab our tape measure, which I always have one within arm's reach, and we are just going to measure and see how many inches we have to work with today. This right here, I'm going to say we have right at 4 inches to work with widthwise, okay? So 4 inches wide, and we'll see how the height ends up being. So come over to Design Space again with us, and we're going to type in the width, which is 4 inches, and press enter. And now our height is 5 inches. So what we want to do is just make sure that that is okay for our onesie, because we're working with a 3 to 6 month onesie. 5 inches would be a little long, and we're actually going to go down to 3.5 inches. And now we have a 3.5 by 4.5 image. And this cut file is adorable. I love sloths, and this is going to look great on the onesie today. So now, again, we have it set to print and then cut. So we're going to be able to press make it. Once you press make it, you'll see the black rectangle around there, but no worries, we'll cut that off here soon. Now let's go ahead and press mirror, because again, your sublimation files have to be mirrored just like your heat transfer vinyl projects would be. So now let's click continue. We're simply going to click send to printer, and we're working with the Epson Workforce series. We are going to turn bleed off, and now we'll be able to select print. So it's saying we have the mismatch of paper. That's totally fine. We can simply click done, and it's going to say, can we use the current paper loaded, or should we change the paper loaded? And I always select user defined plain paper, and then it'll finally say, just to confirm, you pretty much want to print, and you want to click that print button, and now it'll print out. All right, my friends, we need to cut this out. But my tip here is to make sure to not touch the ink, because again, this is going to be an ink transfer. So be careful as you cut this close to it. And feel free to have a few different variations of sublimation paper on hand, because that will help you not waste as much and have to take this and cut it down. So after I do something like this, I might take the paper and trim this down into an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So then I can take the A-sub, save it for another project. And now we have our image right here. It's been mirrored, and now we can prepare our little onesie for our design. So we're going to take this right here, and we're going to preheat it just to make sure there's no wrinkles. You want to make sure there's no wrinkles whatsoever. And once you're good there, I like to lint roll it just to remove any residue, because remember, if you have a piece of glitter from your craft space or anything like that, it could ruin your transfer. So now, once it's all good to go, you're going to take your design and you're simply going to want to place it. So I like to place it right in the center. And once you're happy with the placement, you can take this right here. We're going to grab our heat resistant tape, and we're just going to give some extra support. I never feel like I could add enough heat resistant tape, because I want to make sure the design is not going to move. If you have a heat press, I will say I think it's a little bit less likely that your shirt is going to move around. But when you're working with an easy press, it's a lot easier to move around. But don't feel like you have to go out and buy a big, huge, expensive heat press if you have an easy press or two laying around. Feel free to use those and get familiar with it. It's no big deal at all. So now that it's taped, we're going to add our Teflon sheet right on top to protect the A-sub paper and the heat plate. And once you're ready, we're going to heat this for 50 seconds at 400 degrees. So once we apply this down, we're going to not move it, because that can move our design and create shadowing that we do not want. So now we're just going to place this down firmly and let it count down for 50 seconds while applying firm and mighty pressure. All right, it's been 50 seconds, so we're going to remove the easy press. And now we're gonna be able to lift up the Teflon sheet, and you're gonna see, you can see through this. I always like to say if you can see the transfer through this, that's a really good sign that your transfer did really well. So now you're gonna let this cool just a few minutes, and then we'll be able for the big reveal. I think this design right here is a great example of why sublimation is so important. As you can see, the shading of this design you just could not have with regular heat transfer vinyl. So with sublimation, you're going to open the doors to so many more opportunities to work with even more designs, have more inspiration, and have more creative freedom for your projects. And not to mention that this right here is never going to peel up. It is going to be able to be through in the washing machine really easily, and you're going to have this for a lifetime. It's really fantastic what you can do with sublimation. So my friends, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more sublimating and cricketing videos. And if you need to get started with sublimation, I have you covered. I have the checklist that you can grab for free right down below. You can learn more about our brand new course, Makers Gonna Sublimate, down below as well. We would love to invite you to that series, and we are super excited to see you guys in future videos. So be sure to stick around with us and subscribe if you are brand new, because I think you're gonna really like the videos we have this holiday season. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you here soon. Bye guys.
Hi everybody, welcome.
We're here.
We're here. Come back. If you left, come back.
Yeah.
We were scheduled. We had a different live schedule for today, but we
Yeah.
missed this one last week, and I feel like this has been like these arabesque ornaments are so like hot right now.
Yes.
Even last year.
Yes.
I think it must have started the last couple of years. I missed the memo, but we're here and we're going to show y'all how to do this using sublimation. And we figured y'all would be a little bit more excited about this than like the other one.
Yeah.
We can do the other one. It's really cool. We'll do it at a later date though. So
Right.
we're going to be doing the sublimation tile today. These are such a cool, this is such a cool craft.
It is a very cool craft. It did take me, I will say this, it took a lot of trial and error
Yeah.
to really get it down pat with the sublimation.
Right.
So if you are going to sublimate on these using this technique that I'm going to teach you, you're going to be like, what?
Like why is she doing all that extra stuff?
Why are you doing all the extra stuff? Why is it so hot? Why are you sublimating so long? This doesn't make sense. Well, it will once we get into it, because it's really going to, working with tile and working with the laminate sheet is going to be a little bit different. Now this is something that you can do, and we actually are going to do come boot camp.
Yes.
That you don't have to sublimate on.
Right.
So the good thing about it is we do have a template on our website for this specific tile. Already, you pull it into Design Space, it's already to these specifications, like to the size of this tile.
Right.
So it works great. So you don't have to do these sublimation. You can do these with vinyl. It's going to be, you would do like a little bit of a different design.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to be able to work with the print that we're going to be working with, but if you wanted to do like the banner across it.
What if
with
you did
the Marion,
printable HTV for the pattern? If they had printable, or not printable HTV, printable vinyl, and did the pattern on it, you could do the
now, if
pattern.
you did printable vinyl and sliced it out, printed this, and then did the print and cut, because we are going to be doing print and cut even with sublimation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would work out.
I love that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we are over here, I was checking the heat on my heat press because we're going to start the process. I'm going to go through the materials really quick, and then I'm actually just going to throw this tile in here because it does take it a minute. So we have quite a few things here on our table. Do not fret, don't worry, like it's going to, it'll all work
Come
out.
together.
So, yep.
I brought in the ones that you trialed to see, so you could.
So I can show them.
Yeah, I thought
Thank
you might want to.
Okay, So let's go overhead and we're gonna go over all of the supplies that we need for this project. So obviously the base of our project, these are the arabesque tiles that we are using. Now these are the Satori tiles. They do come from Lowe's. This is a Lowe's special, like you can only get this specific tile from Lowe's that I have seen. It is linked down below. Now one thing I want to show you guys, I'm gonna pull this one off. This tile has like a little bit of a edge on it. So it's not like super, I don't know, this middle part is not super raised, but it still like kind of goes off.
It's like beveled a little bit.
Like, it's still beveled. So, yeah, I do sound a lot better than I did last week.
Yes, much.
I'm still trying to work through that, but we're getting there. It is still beveled, but I was having issues with figuring out how am I going to get the sublimation to the edge of this tile. So let me show you the first one that I did. Does it look bad? No. It doesn't look terrible. Does it look great? No. No.
It could be better.
It does not look great. It could be better. So this is the issue that I ran into first when I was trying to recreate this tile. And I will show you exactly how to get this look. And it's just, I promise you all, it's gonna blow your mind. So this is gonna be the base of our ornament, is obviously this arabesque tile. Now, the next thing that you have to have for this are your lamination sheets. Now, we did have somebody ask us earlier, do you have to coat the tile with something to sublimate on it? So you cannot sublimate on this tile like directly to this tile. It does not have a polymer coating on it. So what we are doing is we are adding a lamination sheet to the front, and then that's what it is going to sublimate on, okay?
And you can use those laminated sheets for like canvases. You can sublimate on canvases with them, lots of things.
So
really.
The lamination sheets are the hack that we're gonna be talking about today when it comes to sublimation. You can actually use these lamination sheets on, I have used them on canvases. I've used them on wood. I've used them on notebooks that I wanted to sublimate on. I've used them on tiles. There's so many different things. Really anything that you can adhere this lamination sheet to,
you can sublimate on. Right.
Okay? So that's why this is the key to today's project, is the key or the hack to today's project is this lamination sheet. So we have our tile, we have our lamination sheet. The next thing that to get this absolutely flawless look on this beveled edge, the next thing that you absolutely have to have, and y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, a sublimation pillow.
Lord, she says that because she thought that when she learned it.
I was like, this is insane. Why do I need that? That's not something that I'm going to use. Yes, it is. Yes, I do.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will. And I absolutely love it. Now, this is, yes, the laminating sheet does turn it glossy. I mean, it's glossy to begin with. So it doesn't turn it any more glossy.
Yeah, it looks good. You can't even tell that laminating sheet's on there.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that you had put it on the final product. I didn't know that there was, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, you can't tell.
On it.
Yeah.
So.
But the sublimation pillow is going to be key with this specific, this project. Now, I did do this smaller one without the sublimation pillow. It is completely flat all the way across. This tile, though, we don't have the file that fits this tile exactly. As you can see, the arabesque is a lot different. It's not as noticeable. And I think this tile may have came from Home Depot.
It did. The little baby one.
The baby one came from Home Depot, and it is flat. It does not have a beveled edge. So if you want to try it out on this one, you can. If you don't have the pillow and you want to test it out on this one, then you can try it out on this one. It's going to be a little different. You're just going to want to make sure that this fits inside, and you'll just have to have a square. Like, I wouldn't try to size this down the way we're going to do this one today, and you'll understand why in a little bit. So the sublimation pillow is a must for this beveled tile. So before we go any further, if we can go to one, what I'm going to do now is I've got my heat press set at 400 degrees.
Cray.
I know y'all are gonna think I'm crazy. But you have to set, it has to be a very high temperature because the ceramic tiles stay cold. They don't, it takes them a while to heat up. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to actually close my press on my pillow because I'm wanting to heat this pillow up. Because what I'm going to do, you'll see here in a minute, like this pillow is going to be what changes the game. So we're just gonna go ahead and close this, and I'm gonna have to readjust my pressure, pull it up some. See, even that's a little bit too tight. You're gonna your pressure is gonna be, you're gonna have to bring your pressure up quite a bit. There we go.
So you want it super tight on there.
You want it tight, but not really, really tight. I'm just saying you're gonna have to adjust your pressure up.
Okay.
Because the pillow is going to give this, as you can see, there's a gap in between this. So you're just going to let this heat up. So I'm letting this heat up, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. So obviously we have to have our butcher paper for this. We have our sublimation printer that is loaded with our A-sub paper. Now I know we've said you can sublimate with copy paper, and you can. I have found that it works better if you are sublimating with textiles on copy paper when you are doing like a hard or rigid surface. I personally have just gotten better results with the A-sub paper.
Yeah.
And that may be different for everybody. But for me personally, I have gotten better results on a hard or rigid surface with using A-sub paper. We do have our heat glove. You all, if you've been around with sublimation, I am obsessed with the Dytrans Pro Spray. This is our adhesive spray. I'm obsessed with this, so I do this instead of tape now. I have
your cutting mat?
My cutting mat, because we are going to be actually cutting the shape out of the ornament, and you will see this in a little bit. So we are going to go ahead and get started because you actually have to put your tile in here and let it heat up for about 5 minutes.
So this wouldn't really be a great project for a Cricut press, would you say?
No.
You would recommend a heat press?
I would recommend a heat press for this just because it takes so long to heat that tile all the way through.
Okay.
And heating the tile all the way through really is key for this project. So now that I've let this heat up, very hot, very hot, I'm going to take some butcher's paper. And actually, if you'll grab me a couple sheets of copy paper, that would be great. And I'm going to place my butcher's paper down over my pillow just because I don't want anything to ruin the pillow. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing, this is the crazy part, guys. If we'll go overhead, you're going to use, so the side of the laminating sheet that you're going to be using is the matte side. As you can see there, this is kind of like more of a matte. This is your shiny side. So the matte side is the side that's going to have the adhesive on it. So you're going to place it with a shiny side down, matte side up, ornament with the white facing down, okay? Then I'm going to take a sheet of copy paper, and I'm actually going to put the copy paper, we're gonna place our ornament like we just had it. So it goes pillow, butcher's paper, laminating sheet, ornament, and then we're gonna take a piece of copy paper and place it over top of our ornament. Now, if you wanted to do another layer of butcher paper, you can. I'm not going to. We are going to be pressing this at 400 degrees, okay? 400 degrees for 330 seconds.
Very specific.
Very specific. And trust me when I say this is going to be what you need, because I have tried less. It's 330, not 333, 330. Which the 3 seconds isn't going to make, it's not going to make or break this project. But that is what we are going to be pressing this to get the laminating sheet stuck to the tile. So what's going to happen is the heat press is going to heat the tile all the way through, and then the pillow remember we preheated our pillow, so it's hot as well. It's going to hug up around the tile.
And that's why you're putting the tile with the laminate sheet face down. That's
Yes.
why, because the pillow's gonna like give it a hug.
Yes.
It's gonna give it a little
The
hug.
pillow is going to give it a hug.
How cute.
So now we're just going to let this go for 330 seconds. I'm going to move some things around on my table, and then we will go ahead and get started with the,
The design.
that part of it.
Someone asked about a Cricut AutoPress. I would say, I don't know how much you can alter the pressure with the AutoPress. If you can adjust the pressures on it, I think you would be fine to use the AutoPress for this. But let me know. Let me know if you can, how much you're able to. I feel like it would be like the Easy Press, where you just kind of bump it up to low, medium, or high for pressure settings. Do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. We don't have the AutoPress. We've never worked with the AutoPress.
Yeah, just anyways, if you
But
try
I'm sure.
it, let us know.
I mean, it's a heat press, so yeah, it should work.
Yeah, because you're going to be able to hug it. So that's why
Yeah.
the Easy Press wouldn't work. But like an auto press or a big heat press would work.
This is a heat activated laminating sheet.
It's just like a basic laminating
Just a
piece
basic
of laminator.
laminating sheet that you put through like the laminator. It's heat activated, so you
Right.
have to have the heat. So now that I've kind of got everything cleaned off, we are going to hop over into Design Space.
So there will be a replay on this. So if you missed the beginning, you can go back and check that out after
Yes.
the video's done.
So the pattern that we're going to be using today is the holly pattern that is on Makers Gonna Learn website. You can go to Cut Files and you will find this under, if you'll just type holly, you can actually go to patterns and you could type holly pattern and you can find this. We are using the arabesque tile. Once again, this is a cut file with Makers Gonna Learn. If you'll just go to our cut files and type in arabesque, you will find this file that is specific to the Lowe's arabesque tiles. And then of course we are using this one. You would think if you search Merriam Bright that you would be able to find it. It is actually named Trees. So you will have to search Trees for this one. But we are going to just be using the Merriam Bright portion of this. So 3 cut files that we're going to be using, or 3 files on the Makers Gonna Learn website is what we're going to be using. So we're going to start out with this file. Now I'm going to take one of the tiles that I've already, actually let's do this one that I've already sublimated on, and we are just going to double check the size of this to make sure that the sizing in Cricut Design Space is correct. So I'm just going to, we're looking at about 3.5, and I think we're like at 3.6 there by a little over 4.25, and that's what we're at. So I'm actually just going to leave it at that, or if you wanted to even, the good thing about this is if you bump it up just a little bit, that gives you a little more wiggle room on the outside edges, so you can make sure it covers the whole thing. So we'll just bump that up to 3.7 and 4.4 based on the measurements that we have. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to pull over our pattern, our holly pattern. We are going to place it in front, and you can kind of move this around to where you want it. So if you wanted like holly leaves, the holly berries showing up there, just kind of move it around to where you want it on the pattern. And what you could do is actually click that pattern. We're going to bring it to front. It
Or you
covers
could
it up.
change that shape to a guide and then move it around on top of the pattern and then change it back to the cut function.
Okay, so we'll change this to a guide, and we're going to bring it to front and see where we want it. Now remember, we're going to have that banner going across the middle. So let's do like right here. I think I like this.
Cute.
Then I'm going to change it back to a basic cut, select both of them, and then we're just going to slice that.
Or you can use one of the new functions also. If you guys have played around with them, you can use those in this instance for them.
I actually was going to, but then when it did not give me the option. So like, let's just say I've got this, but I think it's because one is a basic cut and one is a print and cut. I selected both of them. It doesn't give me the option here.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
just sliced with that still yet. Everyone learns something new every day.
Dang, okay.
So we're gonna move that over to the side. We're gonna leave this here. Now, let's go to camera 1 because we are at about 30 seconds left, and I don't want you guys to miss this part because this is going to be key.
I about forgot about it. It was taking for so long.
I know. This is why you can kind of sit it and forget it. You can do multiple of these at a time. Do we not have a true control knife in here?
Surely. I'll grab one for
Okay.
you.
Yeah, grab me a true control knife if you don't care.
Oh, wait, there might be one here.
We're gonna go ahead and put our heat resistant glove on because this is going to be so hot. Y'all, I don't know if you can see this, but it gets crispy. It gets very, very crispy. Like, it's crispy. So it is going to be stuck to the paper. Do not touch it. However, with your heat resistant glove, I don't know if you all can see these bubbles. Take your finger and we're going to just kind of move those bubbles out while it's hot, okay? So you're just going to make sure, and we're going to press it down, make sure it adheres around everything and move this around while it is hot, okay? However, I do not want you guys to, one thing that I have discovered where it works so much better is if you leave this alone, let it cool down before you trim the edges. Because what happens is this laminating sheet is still malleable, like it's still movable, it's not stiffened up yet because this is still hot. So what you're gonna wanna do, we've pressed all of our bubbles out. One thing I did learn when doing this, do not take one of your squeegees and try to squeegee it out because the tile is so hot that it will take off pieces of your squeegee.
I was about to ask you, why don't you just use a squeegee?
Because
I can't believe that.
I tried that. And then there were blue pieces of my squeegee left on my tile. It melted it.
That's
literally
crazy.
melted it.
Yeah, so
Tina,
it's very
I
hot.
would not try your burnisher. I mean, the burnishing tool is rubber, so I don't know. I would still just use my heat-resistant glove. I can't feel the heat through here because it's so thick, and I would just move it down, okay? So we're going to set this over to the side. We're going to let that cool down. We're gonna move, and I don't know if you all can see, like how this left an indentation.
She's crispy.
But look how you can see the indentation in this butcher paper that the pillow left, which is how, I mean, that's how well that pillow works. It gives it that nice hug. And that's why that is very important, okay? So back to Design Space. We have sliced out our pattern. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this guy here because I don't want to mess with him. I'm actually going to work with this guy. I'm going to grab a basic shape. We're just going to grab a rectangle. We're going to bring the rectangle down. We are going to unlock this, and we're just going to stretch this like a banner across our tile, okay? So you want it to cover both. You want it to go overlap this side and this side because you want those rounded edges. Now you can make it as skinny if you wanted it to be skinny across there. You can make it as fat. Really, this is going to be your preference. Maybe you don't want to use Merry & Bright. Maybe you want to do something different, just one word across it. Then I would probably go more skinny. I really think the skinny would look good. But anyway, we are going to probably do it about like this. And then
Where did you order your sublimation pillows from?
Amazon.
Okay.
That was something that's not linked down below.
I'll get it.
I forgot to add that to the links because that was actually something that I added more last minute. Like I tried and tried and tried without the pillow. I tried to figure it out without the pillow. We did get it done. As you can see, this one was done without the pillow. It's still not the best, I don't feel like. I don't know if you guys can see. Sometimes it'll pick it up in the light, but there's like little ripples, like right in here. And I think it's because it didn't have anything to hug it to get it taut. So anyway, I did it worked, but it wasn't great. So back to our share screen. I've got those both selected. We're going to align and just center these, make sure they're centered. And then from there, you know what? We're going to try to use one of the new tools.
Do it.
One of the
Use
new
it.
tools. If you want to, before you do this, if you want to just be on the safe side, go ahead and duplicate this guy over here, have him over here, okay? So, because we just want what's inside this ornament, what you're going to do, select them both. Down here on the bottom right-hand corner, there's this new button. This is on the beta version of Design Space. You are going to click that. Now it's going to come up all of these different things. Unite means it puts those two together. It's a lot like weld, but you can undo unite. Subtract is going to mean that it is going to leave out one of them. So subtract is going to subtract this out.
Whatever image is on top, it'll subtract out.
Yes. The image that's on top, it will subtract that out. Right, like I said, we want where the two images are touching and nothing else.
Yeah.
So what that is, where if you want where the two images are touching and nothing else, that is the intersect. Now, if you wanted where the two images are not touching, then that's going to be exclude, and it's going to exclude out that middle portion. Mm-hmm. So we want the intersect. So now we're just going to hit intersect, and that gives us the perfect placement here.
Gorgeous,
Boom.
gorgeous.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to my colors. I actually just messed around with the colors a little bit. Design Space doesn't have the picker tool, does it? It's just Canva.
I don't think that you can do the picker tool.
Man, I wish it did.
I know, but you can put a hex code in. I mean,
yeah,
you can click on that green that you did previously and get that hex code.
Oh, it's already up. I mean, it's already in there. I just wanted to kind of show them if they wanted to get a color that was in here to move it around. How I got this color is if you just come up here to advance, you can just move this around and kind of play around with it, get a color that matches. I'm just gonna use the color that we had previously used. So now what I'm going to do is select both of these. Once again, go to Align. We're going to center them both. Now with the Marion Bright, what I'm going to do is so this doesn't give you the option to ungroup. This is still, I think this is actually a PNG. So it's not an SVG. You can't ungroup this. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to grab a shape. Once again, we are going to cover up these trees.
We're getting a lot of questions about the Cricut Easy Press. This project is going to be a heat press project. You can try it with an Easy Press. I'm just going to say you're probably going to have to be sitting over top of it, holding it down, putting a lot of pressure on it. So you could do it. I don't know that I would recommend a full design, like a full tile design.
Yeah.
If you wanted to like do a monogram on it and then you wanted to use your Easy Press for that, so the issue with using the Easy Press is, if you all were listening, I said we are doing this at 400 degrees. The Easy Press can do 400 degrees, no problem. The problem is going to be holding it down for 5 minutes. like hard.
330, so 330 seconds, 65, it's actually 5.5.
Yeah.
It's 5.5 minutes that this is on there.
Yeah.
Okay, Tina, so let's go, before I answer Tina's question, back to the Easy Press. It can be done. If you want to sit there and put that pressure on there for 5.5 minutes,
try it out and show us what your results are. I would be curious to see like how it would come out.
right?
Yeah.
Because you do have to have that pressure. Like I said, the key is heating it through the tile so that it heats the whole thing up. Now, I tried normally. So I've done some research with laminating sheets, because when I was doing sublimation on they were just like paperback notebooks that I got from Amazon, cheap notebooks. what happens is the laminating sheet uses the tension and it kind of pulls it in. So what was happening is I was doing my laminating sheets at a high heat for like 30 seconds, and it was curling that. So really and truly, after doing my research, a laminating sheet will adhere to most surfaces at a lower temperature. So normally it will adhere at about 250 degrees or so, and it doesn't take it very long.
Right.
So if I was sublimating like on wood, I could take a Cricut mini press on 2 or 3 and run it over that, and it would adhere to the wood and be fine. Because the wood heats up a lot faster. What happens are these tiles stay cold, so it takes a long time for the tile to heat up as well as a laminating sheet. And if you don't heat it for that long, trust me, I did it, the laminating sheet comes off.
Yep.
And it just does not work.
Yep.
Okay? Now, to address Tina's question about the beta version of Design Space. If you guys didn't know, Design Space is currently, they have a beta version that you guys can try out. Now, if you're not sure what a beta version is, a beta version is like the second trial run of a software. So they have an alpha version. The alpha version was tested in-house at the Cricut headquarters, whatever. They tested it. So the beta version is not the live version. It's actually one that's still being tested. So these functions are things that can change in the future once it does become the live version. So to change this to the beta version, let's go to our share screen. What we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the 3 lines in the top left corner. We are going to come down here to our settings. And then here you have general, canvas, load type notifications. Just in your general, if you go to application experience, then you can click the beta or the live version. Now, if I went back to the live version, that combine feature would be gone.
Right.
Like it's gonna go away. I'm not going to, because we're in the middle of working on something, and if you do that, you're probably gonna lose all of the stuff that you haven't saved.
Yeah.
But you're just gonna click beta and then you're gonna click done. Okay.
And we just did a whole detailed video on how to do all of this too,
Yes, and that will be coming out very soon.
Yes.
But that's just a quick snippet for that, for those that are here. Now, if you wanted, Sharon asked, is the tile upside down? Yes, I heated the tile upside down because we're using the pillow and the pillow is hugging our tile, okay? Nope, there is no pressure setting on the Easy Press because it does come with pressing with your body. Could you slowly heat up the tiles before? I didn't test it that way. I just preheated the pillow because I still wanted to be able to handle this tile to move my lamination sheet around to make sure it was in the right spot. So if you want to try that, you can. This is how I tried it, and multiple times tried this, and this is how I was successful, okay? So back to our design with the Merry & Bright. Because this Merry & Bright is a PNG, you can't separate this out. Now, I'm pretty sure we do have the SVG version of this file. You can just start out using the SVG version. Either one of them will work. So what I did, I placed a square over the trees and I sliced that. Remember, because one is a PNG and one is an SVG, you cannot use the combine features. So I'm just going to select that, delete it out, and we are going to delete out all of our trees. And I actually think I see a little tiny top of a tree there, but I'm not even gonna worry about that. Okay, so now that we're here, we are going to size our Merry & Bright to fit within our banner. What I'm going to do now, I'm selecting all 3 layers and we are going to flatten all 3 layers, okay? That's it. That's all you have to do. So now I'm just going to delete this out. I'm just going to hide this little guy. We're gonna delete this one out, and we'll delete this one out too because we're not using it. So now we just have the one. Now if you want to go ahead, if you're making multiple of these ornaments, you can duplicate. I think I was able to fit 3 or 4 on a sheet. Let's go ahead and duplicate this 4 times. Is that 4? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to make it. Now this is going to, obviously this is telling us like it's not gonna fit, but watch this. So we're going to move this one over to this guy. It's going to pull up there. I'm just going to tilt it a little bit.
It should honestly just do this on its own.
I know, it should do this on its own, but you know what?
But this is a good little hack to fit more on a print and cut sheet.
And then we're going to move this guy over here. Going to pull up there. Whoops. Oh, goodness. Move this guy up here. We want this one in the back. No, I want this one. This one was fitting here. And then if you turn this one this way, I swear I got 4 on here. Is that 4?
Take some finagling.
Maybe this is what I did. I think this is what I did.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So you can get 4 on a sheet, just FYI. Okay? Now we're going to go to continue. I'm going to send this to my printer. I'm going to be using our SureColor F170 today. I am just going to go ahead and add the bleed just to, because why not?
I have a question. I'm looking at I'm lagging over here, but when it's on the print and cut sheet, one of them doesn't have lines around the Marion Bright and one does. And it makes me feel like it's going to cut out that Marion Bright banner, or is it just showing the original image?
Well, let's go back. Let's just double check.
I'm just curious why it would do that. Do you see?
I see it. It's actually on all these other ones.
Right.
And I don't understand.
I guess we'll see how it cuts because we have one without it and then the other ones have it. So we'll see how it cuts on the machine. I'm thinking it's going to cut right through that Marion Bright, but I don't know why because you flattened the whole image. So it shouldn't.
I did.
Okay.
And I didn't have mirror on either. So actually, let's just go to cancel. We're going to go back because I see that now. And the original one was flattened. It says it's flattened. Okay. All of them say they're flattened.
So we'll see.
I don't know if it's because this was the original and I just duplicated it.
That's what I think. Maybe that's why it looks like that.
So if I unflatten it, it looks the same. But if I select it and flatten it again, it goes away. So it's flattened.
Weird.
Unflattened looks the same.
It must just be like a glitch.
It could be because we're in the beta version and not the live version. It might just be something weird like that. We're going to leave this one like it is
just to see. Yeah.
Going to go back to make it, but see, that's just that one. So we're going to turn this one.
Mirror them.
Actually, remember, we don't have to on the SureColor.
Oh, yeah. SureColor printer. It mirrors it.
It mirrors it for you. So we're going to move this one over here. It
makes our life so much easier. It is.
I want this guy back in the back. You know what? Sometimes it really irritates me. Sometimes it be testing my patience.
Oh, it's so funny.
Move this one over here.
These would be such cute Christmas gifts. You could put them like with some hot chocolate, like a hot chocolate mix or something. These would be really cute for gifts.
So we're going to go to continue. Once again, we're going to send to our printer. We are using the SureColor F170 today. I'm going to be using System Dialog. We are going to select print. Remember, when you print and use System Dialog, it does pull up back here in the back. So we're going to pull this forward. Now, with the SureColor printer, so let's talk about this printer real quick. So this is Epson's Sublimation printer that they come out with after they realized that everyone was converting eco tanks. They come out with the Sublimation printer themselves. I'm obsessed with it. I love it.
I love it too.
It works so well. So well, in fact, that it automatically mirrors everything for you. Everything that you print on it is automatically mirrored. Now, one thing that I do want to show you guys is when we go to, we're going to talk about color matching real quick. So there are 2 options you can go with this. You have the Epson color controls, which is going to give you more of a deeper color. And then you have your color sync, which looks more like what you see on your image.
Right.
Okay. So this one, if we go ahead, I used the color sync. So it's what looks like, this is what looks like on the
computer.
On the computer. So I think I want to leave it on the Epson color controls just to show you guys the difference today. Okay, so the one we're going to be doing today is going to be a little deeper. I'm just going to go ahead and warn you, tell you, the one we're doing today is going to look a little deeper than this one. So now we're going to go back to our share screen, and I'll show you, if you go to print settings, you can see it always mirrors that image, okay? So now we're going to select print. It is going to print our image. While that is printing, I actually have one already pre-cut because I don't have my Cricut out, but we'll go with it.
That's
so
fine.
while that is printing, this has now cooled down. What you're gonna do, I want you to take your true control knife, and you can cut the excess off if you want to, but you're going to take your true control knife and you're just gonna run it along the edge of this tile to get a really nice, clean cut. And like you could even angle it kind of outward a little bit to get an even better cut. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm just gonna cut all of this off.
Get the bulk off of it.
Get the bulk off of it, yep. And then I think I'm going to remove the paper from the back as well. That's another thing, is you need to wait to let it cool down. Otherwise, that paper is going to stick to that back really, really bad, okay?
So it comes off better after it's cooled down?
Yes,
Okay.
it comes off better after it has cooled down.
Okay.
So now, where did we start? I don't remember. Okay, we were over here. We're just taking our true control knife and working our way around the edge of this tile.
So satisfying.
It really is. It's even more satisfying when you're doing it because it slides
Yeah.
so smooth across this laminating sheet.
That's so funny. Jacqueline's own. I have that printer. I have not gotten into sublimation. Listen, open it up.
What is stopping you from getting into it at
Yeah,
this
if you're
point?
really worried, if you're really like, I don't even know where to start, we have a sublimation course. It's $70 off right now. Sadie can drop a link for you. Basically in that course, we take you through every single step. So if you're like, I literally don't even know how to print something out of Design Space, out of Canva, we're going to show you what to do to print it. And then that would be your first step. And you can start with a simple project like sublimating a t-shirt, sublimating an individual image onto a tumbler, things like that. But we take you through so that you're not like super overwhelmed by everything. Because I think sublimation, to me, even the name of it, I'm like, oh, that's intimidating.
It
That's
can be
gonna
intimidating.
fancy. But it's not. It really shouldn't be. Sublimation, once you've got your heat settings and stuff down, it's really a super easy craft. You just have to learn like your settings for printing and all of that type of thing.
I see that.
What?
I think it is a beta issue because this is the one that
You didn't flatten.
I didn't see when I duplicated them all.
It said
They were flattened,
yeah.
but then they weren't.
Okay.
So I went back, remember, and unflattened these and flattened them
re-flattened.
again. And this one, the banner did not print out.
I'd say it's
So
just
now
'cause
it's
we're
going to
using
cut
beta.
the banner.
Yeah. It's probably just because we're using the beta version, if I had to guess.
So before we go on, I want you guys to look at the difference in the color just on this page right here. So this is using the Epson color control, which makes it deeper and darker. And this is using the color sync, which matches what you see on your computer screen.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me.
It is crazy.
It's crazy. Okay. Now let me go ahead and move this out of the way real quick. We're going to plop our printer in the floor. Turn this guy on. Well, actually, we're gonna plug it up first.
So does anybody have any questions so far in terms of like any of the steps that Lauren has showed us? This is my first time actually seeing that it like fully executed. I saw her like experimenting with it and stuff, but I hadn't actually seen the whole entire project. So it's been really cool for me to see how the pillow works and see how the laminating sheet works and all of that. I'm really excited to see the sublimation onto the laminate sheet.
Yes.
I think that is such a cool thing. I didn't realize that that laminating film was made of polymers. And so that's why you're able to actually take the laminating sheet and put it on things and then sublimate onto that laminating sheet because it like puts a coat of polymers on whatever you're trying to sublimate on.
So now I'm actually going to, I want to see, okay, so the one that cut out, that ain't right. Oh, it mirrored it. It mirrored it.
I'm curious to see how the print and cut will work with a mirrored image.
It didn't have any issues the last time.
It should be fine because it reads the registration marks, right? Are we fitting to find? Did you print it from that printer?
Let's do this real quick. Let's go ahead and mirror it in here. And now we're going to, right here. Oh no! No, it always does this.
Oh no.
Okay, so thank the Lord I already have one printed out, so it's gonna work. So let me walk you through this real quick. Because because this was done, I did this on my Maker. I forgot to go back and change to, because we use a Maker 3 in here. So before I started, I forgot to change it to a Maker 3. But I already have one printed out, so we're still gonna get to finish it. But let me talk to you real quick. If you use the Epson SureColor printer, and working with the SureColor printer and Cricut, what you're gonna have to do, I just now realized that, some of the images, it's not gonna matter. Like if you just printed one, it's not gonna matter because you know what? It's the same here and here.
It's on the same position.
Right, but where I tilted it one way and the other way to make them all fit, you either, after it prints, have to go back and edit your mat and turn the mirror on so it cuts correctly, or you have to turn the mirror on before you print and then in your print settings, go and turn it off. Now, if you just have an Epson Eco Tank that you've been working with, you already have to turn the mirror on anyway.
Yeah.
So it works.
Right.
This is just if you're using the SureColor printer, okay?
Right.
I have seen where people put polyacrylic on the tiles. However, I do have a tile that I have polyacrylic on. I've not sublimated on it yet. But I can already tell you it has brush strokes on it.
You can see the polyacrylic. I mean, even if you use a foam
brush strokes
roller.
and the bubbles from the polyacrylic on the tile. Whereas this one, like, you can't really even tell that there's anything on the tile.
You literally can't tell.
You can't tell
wouldn't
anything.
Know. Yeah, you wouldn't
And
know.
I mean, laminating sheets are super cheap.
Right.
I mean, I personally, if I was sublimating, I would choose laminating sheets on anything over polyacrylic.
If you can.
If I can. If I can do it, if I can put a laminating sheet on it. So wood is another example. I've seen people laminate using a polyacrylic on wood. I would still choose a laminating sheet.
The only time I think I wouldn't is if I didn't want a glossy finish.
Yeah.
If I wanted like to use a matte polyacrylic finish or like a satin
But
more.
what's going to happen is what happens with the polyacrylic when you sublimate on the polyacrylic, the paper a lot of times will get stuck and you have to go in and wash it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it gets stuck and it doesn't pull off super easy.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, we're just going to use what we have. This was cut out. Really and truly, you don't have to use print and cut. You can hand cut this out. This is just in case you want it to fit right on there. You can even make this a square and just lay it on there.
Yeah.
It's going to sublimate. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my Dye-Trans Pro Spray. Now, if you want to use tape, this is where you would use tape and just tape it down. This is all a personal preference. This is just what I have been using and I have been obsessed over. So I'm just going to shake it and we are going to give it a light spray. That's all it takes. No more than that. And it gets really sticky, y'all. So sticky.
It'll get on everything.
It seriously gets on everything. Like my hand right here is so sticky already. So we are going, and like, it's crazy, but it like gets on my arm hairs and my arm hairs
I know,
get
and then it
sticky.
feels weird.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And we're just going to lay this down on our towel. It adheres down beautifully. We're gonna come back over here to our heat press. We are going to heat up our pillow again, okay? And then After that heats up, what we are going to do, you don't have to heat it up like the whole 330 seconds. Like, I feel like that's a little excessive.
Yeah.
Because it is going to pull it all the way, like that once you sublimate, that heat's gonna go all the way through that tile. So if you wanna heat it up for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, either, like that's fine. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the full 330 seconds.
Yes.
So we've let it heat up for about 40 seconds. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull this up. Now this time I am going to place another sheet of copy paper down here. Once again, guys, y'all are gonna think I'm crazy. Upside down.
We're sublimating upside down.
We are sublimating this upside down, okay? So we're placing our towel with our sublimation paper not facing the heat source. It is facing down. So you're gonna place it upside down, and then we're just gonna place our copy paper back over top of it. And this, honestly, like the butcher paper, you could add another layer of butcher paper, but
it's fine.
the only thing is, I've been using copy paper and it's been working for me. Not on everything.
Right.
So once again, we're doing this 400 degrees, 330 seconds, the same as when we were adding the lamination sheet, okay? 400 degrees, 330 seconds. Now, this is gonna be a really good opportunity if you all have any questions to ask me your questions, because we are gonna have about 5.5 minutes until this is done.
Tina was asking how to mirror your image on the Epson Eco Tank, which that's just something where you're going to go in whenever you print it. You're going to go, so you're going to be in Design Space and you're going to have a print and cut. You're going to print it. You're going to turn off the bleed, turn on the dialog box, send to printer.
Let's actually, okay.
Yeah, Lauren can show you.
I can show you. Let's go to our share screen and I can show you, because I think we have the Eco Tank that's already here. So we're gonna use System Dialog. This is already, we mirrored it in Design Space, but you don't have to. But if you're like working in Canva or somewhere else, we're gonna go to print. I'm gonna pull the System Dialog box up. Here we go. So we're gonna use the Eco Tank. I think this one is the Eco Tank right here. The 2760 is the one that a lot of people use or have converted. So you can go to, so media and quality, you choose your media type here, turn it on best. But then if you go to layout, you can go to flip horizontally, and that's where you can mirror it from your printer. So you don't have to mirror, so Canva is, go back to one. So Canva, when you're working with the software, with the Canva software, you can't flip, so if you design and you have text, and maybe you have an image and text and whatever, and you've created a sublimation design, you can't, there's not a place in Canva that you can just go in and flip it all.
Right.
You have to save it as a JPEG or a PNG and then re-upload it back into Canva as one image and then flip it. So this is a good place if you don't want to go through that whole process and you just want to mirror from your printer. You can just go here, go to your settings. So once again, for the Eco Tank, you would go to layout, and then you're just going to click that flip horizontally. You're either going to turn it on or off. Okay?
Easy peasy.
Is that, okay, so I think I just answered Tina's question, can I mirror it in Canva?
Yeah.
Once again, you have to download it and then re-upload it into Canva as one image and then flip that whole image. Whereas if you just design it in Canva, you can flip it horizontally from your printer settings.
Yes, and if you just pulled in an image, you can flip it in Canva, but if you add text to anything in Canva, you can't flip the text, which makes absolutely no sense.
No sense.
But that's why Lauren's saying you're going to have to save it as an image and then pull it back in and then reflect it that way, because it's just crazy.
April asked if this is heavy or light pressure. I would actually call this about a mid pressure. It's not super heavy, but it's not light. Now I had to adjust my pressure settings on my heat press because it was set up to lay completely flat down here. So I did have to adjust it, but with everything sandwiched together, I I would call this about a medium pressure with everything in here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like super hard or super heavy, but it's not just like easy to lift up.
Right.
So we're going with medium pressure.
Okay, how many? You got 93 seconds left over there.
And then after that's done, I'll show you guys how to just add the
rib
stuff
on
to that one.
I turned the hot glue gun in before we started. That way it's nice and
I
toasty.
appreciate it.
So, ooh, I'm nervous.
here we
I'm
go.
excited. I'm nervous.
Okay. Well,
Ooh.
see that toasty piece of copy paper there.
It is toasty.
So I'm going to, before I pull this out, because I want you guys to see how well this literally comes off. Like when you use the spray, everybody here in the office was always like, oh my gosh, is that gonna leave a sticky residue on that? Like, I can't believe how that works.
It feels like it would.
Just watch.
Ooh.
Boom.
That looks good, girl.
And there's no sticky residue on it.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I need to see what it looks like on camera. I love it.
The name of the spray that we are using, if I can find it, where did I put it? It's over here. This is the Condi Dytrans Pro Spray 2. I've talked about it before. I actually tried going to their website, but it's like they have to ship this freight, I guess because it's an aerosol. I got this, I ordered it from BradshawBlanks.com. They are a small business, but that's where I ordered it from. They were super easy to work with. So I would go to BradshawBlanks.com.
I'm going to go snag that link for you guys.
And get that on there. I don't think you can put it in the, I think Sadie might have to drop it.
I'll send it. I'll send it.
This is from Bradshaw Blanks. Like I said, you can go to their website, but they were trying to they were asking where is the best freight pickup location, and I'm like, I don't know. I want it sent to my front door. Like I don't want to find a freight location for pickup.
That's hilarious.
This is really, really hot. You're gonna let that cool down. This would be great to put like pictures of people on.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
Put like baby pictures and things like that. I'm not going to touch it. I'm actually going to use this and I'm going to move it out of the way. This is the one that I had done so that I could show you guys how to put the ribbon on the back of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a piece of red ribbon. This is just red gross grain ribbon. You don't have to use gross grain. We used a satin ribbon for this one. It's whatever you want, whatever you have that looks best. So what we're going to do, I'm actually just going to hot glue this little guy on. And how I made this loop, you can make it go to the front or the back. So if you want it this way, what you're going to do, take the two ends, pick it up, pull both of them towards you. So that leaves the leaves an opening there. Or if you want it the other way, you're just going to do it the opposite way. Do y'all see the difference in the two?
Gorgeous. They both
So
look
I
good.
actually would probably do it not this way. I would pull it. So pick it up, pull it towards you. That kind of leaves the bigger opening towards you. Okay?
Love it.
And then you can just kind of push them together. You're going to turn this guy over, flip that over as well. We're going to, I think our hot glue got a little toasty too.
Is it brown?
Yeah. Add some hot glue on our tile. Place that down. And then I'm just going to pop some, pull it up again. We're going to add some hot glue here on the inside.
You can use those Teflon pillows in between your shirts when you're sublimating if you want to.
You can.
Yeah, I mean,
They are actually great for shirts to not leave lines, like harsh lines.
Oh, yeah, that's a good, I didn't even think about it that way.
And there you go.
Tina, we're trying to get a bow class coming very soon.
Look at her.
I promise.
Actually, I think I'm going to add a little bit more here so it doesn't like move around.
Little reinforcement.
A little reinforcements.
Listen, boot camp's next week, y'all. Boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know we bring it at boot camp. Next Friday, I want to say it's next Friday, we're doing
And
this.
look how cute.
That's darling. That's so cute.
Now today's training I am super, super excited about because this is focusing in on making a split image with sublimation. Now, Lauren, I want to say that we are gonna make this as beginner friendly as possible.
Yes.
But there is a caveat here. It's beginner friendly plus
Yeah.
because if you've never sublimated before, this is not so beginner friendly, but this is beginner friendly for someone that understands what sublimation is. Once you understand what sublimation is, you can take that next step and do this process.
Right.
But if you're here today and you're saying, Tanner, I am brand new, I want to sublimate, but I don't even know what it is and how to do it, this is going to be a few steps above that. So yes, it's beginner friendly for our friends that already sublimate, maybe in our sublimation course, but if you are brand new and do not even know what sublimation is, first, let's talk about that just for a few minutes, and then we're going to dive into this amazing split image training, because let me tell you, my friends, for this project, we are focusing in on 8.5 by 11 sheets of sublimation design. A lot of you have chimed in and said to some of our projects, Tanner, I don't have a big 13 by 19 inch printer. What can I do? And this right here is our tried and true proven tutorial teaching you everything you need to know to do split image with 8.5 by 11 sublimation paper and ink. What I love is that this tutorial is so practical because there's some actual struggle with getting this all lined up, but we have a few quick and easy tips and tricks to turn this from confused to flawless that are going to allow you to get great results just like this. So let's think big picture right now. Other than a bath mat, what else could I do? An amazing blanket. You could do an amazing sweatshirt. You could do, the possibilities are truly endless when it comes to sublimation. So let's talk about what sublimation is real quick. If you're familiar with infusible ink, I get the question a lot, Tanner, what is the difference between sublimation and infusible ink? So what infusible ink is pretty much printed sublimation sheets, patterns that Cricut designed and packaged for us to cut and use. That is fantastic. What sublimation really is giving you the access to print whatever pattern, whatever photo, whatever image you would like, and both of these apply onto polyester material or sublimation blanks, which brings us to our next point. We're giving away a huge value pack of sublimation blanks today, so stay tuned for more information on that. But what it actually is you're printing on sublimation paper, you are printing sublimation ink. And what happens is when heat is applied to that ink on that paper, you are going to see a chemical reaction of the ink turning into a gas and going right into your fabric. That is very different. For example, my t-shirt is screen printed. I cannot sublimate white ink on a black material. This is why screen printing is top of the line, or embroidery and things like that, or HTV when it comes to a black t-shirt. Notice here, this is a white blank. White is the secret. Another way to get the workaround here is using fabric that you can bleach. So doing a poly cotton blend, which we talked all about in our Maker's Gonna Sublimate course, which today is $70 off. Now, my friend, you may be here and saying, Tanner, do I take the course if I don't have a sublimation printer? Yes. Do I take the course if I do not know what sublimation is? Yes. Do I take the course if I have been sublimating for 6 months? Yes, because what you're getting today is 20 plus training videos, an ebook to give you everything you need to know on how to master sublimation, and on top, this is the icing on the cake, over 200 exclusive designs that you have access to as soon as you say yes to Maker's Gonna Sublimate. So Lauren, I feel like I've done a great overview of trying to get people caught up to where we're at today.
Yes.
Let's talk about what you need to do today's project. Now, in Maker's Gonna Sublimate, we only teach you how to use free programs because we feel like you've already invested your printer, your ink, your blanks. I don't want you to have to turn around and spend more money on software. So my friends, today we're actually using Inkscape. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this project in Inkscape. I want to let you know the value of you showing up for today's training is our Inkscape presentation. This is going to be very thorough, very detailed. I'm going to teach you how to do that, to take and cut up your image really easily. I'm going to show you the easiest way to size your rectangles, print it out, save it, do it all really. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Once you've done it once, you truly could do it for any design, any photo, things like that. Inkscape has some unique workarounds, but once you learn those, you are going to excel. So we're super excited for all of you at home. And yes, it is so, so good. I love it, love it, love it.
I've seen a few friends that have said something about printers. So the printer that you can use an Epson EcoTank is the one that we use today.
We love our Epson EcoTank. Yep. That's that is literally what we use today.
Right.
So, yay.
And it is not a special sublimation printer. It is just a regular printer that you put sublimation ink
yes,
into.
we converted it.
Yes.
So we converted that. And in our course, we talk about, do I want a Sawgrass specific sublimation printer? Do I want to convert one myself? Do I want a 13 by 19? Do I want an 8.5 by 11? We cover all those questions and help walk with you to make that decision for yourself, and things like that. So we're super excited. Wendy is ready. If you're ready to dive straight into our sublimation training today, will you go ahead and drop ready in the comments? Let's see how many people are truly ready to jump over and dive in. We're super excited to be here with you today, and we love it. Is Inkscape a program we have to purchase for our computer? Carolyn, it is actually an open source free program.
Yes.
So you do download it to your computer, but it's absolutely free. So I would Google Inkscape for PC or Inkscape for Mac, and you'll find the link online. Yay! Can you use the first heat press? So Carol, lots of Carols today. I recommend the Easy Press 2 and up because the original Easy Press only goes to 360 degrees. We're going all the way up to 400 degrees today, Lauren.
Yes.
It's warm.
Yeah.
So,
you do have to get pretty warm with sublimation.
Yes. Look at all these readies.
They're
All right.
fine.
Let me get my computer set up right here because we're really excited to dive in. Now today, Lauren, we are using a file that is part of our sublimation training. So I just want to encourage you, if you sign up today for sublimation, this file right here, you are going to get as part of the sublimation course. So instant access today for this. I also have more thorough, in-depth training of Inkscape. So today, my friend, if you come here, you take the training, you're like, I'm kind of hungry for more, take the course. Take the course because I teach you how to do some really unique things in Inkscape that is specific for our sublimation. So let me just pull this out and bring in these other layers before we get too ahead of ourselves here.
So before we get started, I'm just going to go ahead while he's setting this up. I'm claiming this saying, today is a good day for a good day. I'm claiming it today.
Declare it, Lauren.
Declare it. I don't know about you all, but here in Tennessee, the weather has been crazy, and it has all
affected
of
our sinuses
cavities up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up with a headache, but today is a good day, claiming it.
I love it. So step one today, what you would need to do if you are opening Inkscape for the first time, first of all, we need to make sure we have the proper setting for our paper. And this right here is what your paper is. So notice there's a lot of things that can be on your mat, but this right here is actually representing the size of what you would save. So if you have things on your mat using Inkscape and you export it, even though I have all these other layers, it's only going to export this little square, Lauren.
Right.
So what we need to do to make sure, we'll just start a new one just for ease. We'll go to File, New, and we are going to Inkscape encountered an internal error. Okay, so that closed. This always happens when we're live. I think that's so fun. So we're gonna go right here and we're just gonna search Inkscape and we're gonna open it right back up. So look right here, we have opened Inkscape right back up and it lets us know, if we have any issues, anything like that. We can go to File, Open Recent, and we'll do Bath Mat 4. Okay. So look at that. So we are just going to start completely fresh again. So if we go right here to Inkscape, let's open this up. And we're just going to start completely from new so that you guys can follow along with us. We're going to, now that we have our mat, we're going to be on page, and we're going to go from units. We are going to go to inches. So this is 8.5 by 11, okay? So that's 8.5 by 11. That is our piece of cardstock because that's what we're actually printing, okay, my friends? That is only printing. And yes, our Inkscape sublimation training is included in the sublimation course. Great question. So now next step is we need to come over here and we are going to simply take our cut file today from the zip file, and you can just add it right here. So we click yes. And we are going to now size this for the mat. So Lauren, let's go overhead and talk about this just so we can give a visual of what size this needs to be. So our bath mat today, which I was measuring earlier so I can tell you the size, is 15 by 23 inches.
Right.
So 15 by 23 inches. So what does that automatically tell us? It needs to be smaller than 15 by 23 inches.
Right.
So I'm going to do roughly 13 by 18 inches will be really good for our bath mat today. So we're going to size our image now to 13 by 18 inches. So that will be really good. So let's hop back over to Inkscape now that we know the size of our image. So once we have it right here, again, it's going to automatically be in millimeters, anything like that. So make sure you're in inches. And we're going to do the width right here at 18 inches and our height at 13 inches. So let's just press enter and make sure that's good. So here we are. Our height is, our width is different. So let's make sure our width is correct. We said our width is going to be
image size.
18. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So we need to make sure we have this selected. So see right here, we have this selected at image size. So now once we have that, let's go to our, make sure it's in inches. And I'm trying to make sure we have it selected properly, because sometimes, as you know, Inkscape loves to be a little funny with us. So once we have that selected, you can see the numbers change. So if we have it selected, it's 22 by 14, but if I click off of it, it goes back to 8 by 11. So I'm going to just fix this right here real fast, fix it back.
You want to make sure that it stays on that 8.5 by 11 where it
Yes.
says page, the page you're printing
Yes.
on.
And then look what happens when I click on the layer. It's going to go back to selection,
Right.
and we're going to have it proper. So let's go to width, and we're going to type in 18, and then we're going to go to height, and we decided 13, and press enter. So just like that, we are going to stay at 13 inches. So there we go. You can see here, it is not wanting to change with us. So I'm going to type in 18 and press enter. And then we're going to go over here and change it. So it's not wanting to automatically go, so I'm just going to try to play around with it. And here up at the top, we can change our width as well. Courtney, what are you saying?
If you would lock this here
Oh.
and then change this to inches, this is going to be the size here. This over here is for your export area.
Love it. Okay. Thank you for correcting me there. So our width now is going to be 18 inches up at the top by making sure we know that now it's automatically adjusting it to 11. So if I unlock this now, can I customize it?
But it would distort the image, so you'll just keep it.
So we're just going to keep it at 11.
Right.
Perfect. Okay. So this right here, one thing I love about this is actually we were able to convert this to be 4 layers. So what I mean by that is this is actually going to be 4 different pieces that we're combining together. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to grab a square right here. And once we create our rectangle, we are just going to create a rectangle right here. You can, make it whatever size you want right now. And then what we're going to do is come over here and we're going to select it. And then we're going to unlock it and type in 8.5.
11.
So we're going to do 11 right here. And then we're going to do 8.5. And then we'll press enter.
You had that selected.
And I had both of these layers selected. So we're going to go over here and press undo. You want to make sure, do you see how we have both of these layers selected? We're going to go undo, and we're going to click right here and make sure we unselect that, and we only have this layer selected. So now we still have it unlocked. I wish I could zoom in so you guys could see this a little bit better at the unlock, because this top bar is very similar to Cricut Design Space. So just be very familiar with that right here, okay? So now at our width, we are going to go 11. And then for our height, we are going to...
But the other one.
I know, it moved it again.
I know.
This software is funny.
It is free.
Because it's free.
This is free, y'all. This is a free program, so I just want you all to understand.
We could teach you
It's Illustrator. We could teach Illustrator, but I want to make sure that you all understand there is a free version. So
yes.
You just have to be ready to work a little bit. I mean, honestly, Lauren. Mm-hmm. So now that we have a beautiful square that is 8.5 by 11, which again did take us a minute to get here.
Yeah, it's. I think it's just one of those things. You have to play around with it. Once you play around with it, which we do, but we still have issues with it.
Well,
sometimes.
it just randomly closes on us, which is hilarious.
But I mean, Design Space does.
Design Space does too. So what we're going to do is, before I zoom in and we start doing kind of like the harder work, we're going to just duplicate this this little 8.5 by 11. So I just double click, I click duplicate, and then you're like, where is it? Lauren, I hate when this does this. And guess where it is? It's just on top. Ta-da! And then we're going to duplicate again. Ta-da! Where is it? There it is. And then we're going to duplicate one more time. Okay, here's where we're at. We know what image our amazing file is, finally, after the debacle. And now we have our squares. Now, let me tell you a thing I really like about this. So, Lauren, look with me. Let me zoom in here.
Yep.
So I'm purposely, intentionally keeping all 4 of my rectangles where I can pull them in.
Yep.
I like that.
But separate where you can see them.
Exactly. So we're going to start in the top left corner. So I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to bring it down. So I'm setting this up here, and that looks good, I think. So now we're going to drag in our second one. Look what Inkscape is going to do. Boom. Corner to corner. We are looking for a corner-to-corner lineup. That gives me the confidence to know exactly. So now that we bring in this third one, if you weren't watching with me, come back to me, come on in. We're going to do this again. So to our bottom layer, we're going to drag it, and look what it's going to do. So it's going to say corner-to-corner. Boom. Love that. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to snap in our fourth one. Boom, corner to corner.
I love how it snaps like that.
It snaps right in. I love that. Now, my friends, I'm going to zoom out. And Lauren, this is where it gets a little tricky.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is where if you are multitasking and you're really wanting to learn, get out your pen, come back to us, get out your pen and paper, write some notes, because I mean, it's always option. You can go watch the preview.
Of course. There's something about writing it down. This is something about following along with us that we want to make sure everyone is here. So if you're here with us listening, get ready. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to duplicate everything 4 times. Really only 3 because we already have 1. Okay? Right. So let's select. by clicking down, just like in Design Space, dragging over. All of our layers are now selected.
So you can actually see that all layers are selected. If you see the little dotted line inside our pink red boxes,
you can see
that all 5 are selected.
Yes. So I love that. So what we'll do is we are going to click, double click, and we're going to click copy. And then we can come over here and click, double click, paste. And then I come over here and click, double click, paste. And then I'm just going to put another one right over here. So I'm going to double click and I'm going to press paste. I'm going to drag this over. All right. Now we have 4. So I'm going to zoom out so we can see all 4. Okay. That was pretty easy. I think everyone is here. What we have done is we have copy and pasted all of the layers 4 times. Why you are going to do 4 layers is you need however many rectangles you have, that is how many layers you need to duplicate.
So we have 4. An image that has to take up 6.
You would have 6
How many
duplicates.
times you're going to duplicate 6 times?
Exactly. Yes. That is a great. Just remember that if you're definitely a note taker like Arlene, definitely make a note of that. Just note that right there, my friends, okay? So what we will do now is another interesting part. I'm going to start, Carol says, how is Tanner zooming in and out? So all you do is take your 2 fingers on your trackpad. If you're on a Mac, and zoom in. And then zoom out.
Go to camera 1 and show them like just your fingers.
Okay, yes.
This so is
zoom in.
If you're on a Mac.
This would be zoom out. This would be zoom in.
Yeah.
Zoom out. Zoom in.
Okay, go back. We're going back.
But I have another thing to show you. So over here in the bottom right corner, if you're not using a Mac and you may have only a like a regular mouse, look right here. You can press this over in the bottom right hand corner. And it has a Z. And it has the percentage. I could just zoom in right like this.
So if you have Windows, you're going to the bottom corner and just manually zooming in and out.
And then look, you can use this bar to move it over and things. So either way, that's a great one. I love being able to explain everything for everyone. That's a great tip. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is for each one, we only now need 1 square per layer. So we're going to leave this top left square, and I'm going to delete the top right square. I'm going to delete the top bottom square. I'm going to delete the bottom. I'm deleting any other square.
Yes.
That is step 1. Now I'm coming over here to my second one, and I'm deleting the top one. I'm deleting this one. And the way you delete a layer is you take your mouse, make sure it's on your cursor tool. The cursor tool looks just like your mouse. You would select it from the left toolbar. You would then take that, select your layer, and you press delete.
Or backspace for
Or backspace, yeah, either button. That's a great tip too. So now here's what we're looking like. Let me zoom out a little. So this is what we're looking like. Looks a little like, what are we doing? You're getting confused. I totally understand. So now, but you've got to trust the process. So again, delete this one, delete this one, delete this one, and then this one, we're going to delete this one, and this one. All right. So if you are a note taker, I would recommend to actually screenshot this mat right here. Yes. So just take a picture of your screen, take a picture here, because now what we have done is we have made sure, Lauren, that these rectangles are precisely positioned. Mm-hmm. They are perfectly laid out, and it's going to be very easy. All right, guys, very easy for this part of the process. So now that you're here, what we're going to do is we're now going to select both layers. So I'm actually going to zoom in right here to this. And I'm going to select both of these layers, okay? So drag. See how you can see the rectangle around it? And when I release my mouse, it gives me that outline again, which I love. So we are actually going to go up at the top, and this will be the same for PC as well. And we're going to select object. Once we have select object, come down here to clip, and we are going to click set. Now again, if you are a screen taking note taker like myself, screenshot this real quick. Just screenshot it so you don't forget where it is, okay? You're not gonna forget where it is. I want you to remember this and make sure you take it in. Becky says this is great. I've never used this program before. Becky, we know a lot of you have not, so we wanna make sure it's thorough, we're on point, and it is really great. So now that we're on clip set, we are going to click set. Look at that. I didn't even have to delete out my extra layers.
It did it for you.
Thank you, Inkscape. Thank you,
Yes.
Inkscape.
Yes.
So Catherine says, do not think this newbie is ready for sublimation. So Catherine, I did give a disclaimer earlier that this is not a beginner sublimation tutorial if you do not know what sublimation is. This is for our friends that are using sublimation and still feel like a beginner, but they know what sublimation is, they have a printer and things like that. If you are still so new to sublimation, you're not sure what it is and how to do it, I would recommend getting the course and walking with us from step one. This is something just so many people have asked for that I want to make sure we hit home today in this training. So now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this step 3 more times, and I'm gonna walk with you for each layer so that you all can really get it. So let's hop back over and we're going to go just layer by layer, Lauren. I mean, this really isn't that hard. Like,
I mean, once you understand what sublimation is, this program is a lot, I mean, it's a lot, obviously a lot different than Design Space.
yes.
But any other, whether it be, now obviously Illustrator is a lot better, but as far
It
as
is.
the way
We're not
that it is
trying to hide
set
that,
up,
yeah.
it still looks similar.
And that's why I don't ever discourage someone starting on Inkscape.
Because it's free.
It is free, and what Lauren is saying is so true. The skills and the tools are almost in the same place.
Right.
So you're not going to do yourself a discredit by starting in Inkscape.
No.
Not at all.
And
Not at
it'll
all.
make you feel, once you are ready to take the next step and actually pay for a program, it's not going to
Yes.
make you feel so overwhelmed that you just quit. You just leave it alone.
Correct. And here at boot camp, like, I wanted to make sure a lot of these projects were wowing this time around, as they always, definitely are. But instead of just teaching some basics, we wanted to make sure we elevate y'all in a really great way. So just stick with us. We are going to walk real slow. And again, we are just going to select both of these layers. We're going to see one thing, unlike Design Space, Lauren, if you notice, it didn't select
Both
today because I didn't go wide
All
enough.
the way out.
If you go just like inside, which still touches the layer, it
You
doesn't
have to go all the way to the corner.
yeah, all the way. It has to fully go in. But now I see that. And we can go to object.
Once again, take a screenshot if you did not a while ago.
Yes, object, clip, set.
Or write that on your notes.
Yeah, write that down.
Object, arrow, clip, arrow,
Yes.
set.
So down here, look, we'll do it again together. We got to select both of these big and wide. Look at that. Now we're going to click object, clip, and set. Pretty easy. So click it, boom.
So basically what this is, it's similar to the slice tool.
It is.
In Cricut Design Space.
Yes, we're slicing.
We're
it out.
slicing. This is what we're doing. We are slicing.
I love that. Okay. Object, clip, and set. Object, clip, and set. All right, y'all. We've made it. We made it.
We are here.
Y'all did it. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is bring all these in and we're gonna talk about next steps, okay? So next steps are pretty fun.
And this is why we have not gotten rid of this little white rectangle.
Correct. So we actually are going to now press shift And I need to rotate this image. Can I do it this way? Ta-da! Look at that. There's a rotate button.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Can you rotate the white piece of paper?
So I actually could. I would just change the settings a little bit. I would just change the height and the width, which is fine. I can just show the rotating. So this right here is very easy. We're just going to set this up.
You got real close on that finger.
I did get really close on this. Oh my word. I use like every square.
You did.
Yeah, so that would be something great to talk about.
Right, and there's, with this specific design, something that you all could do that I noticed, but I didn't want to interrupt Tanner.
I know, I noticed it too. I should have...
Lining up with the different colors on the lines would have made it, I think, maybe made it a little easier.
I love that. I love that. So now that we've got it right here, you've set it up on the mat. What you're going to do is you're just going to change where it says file name. We're going to change this and we're going to title it Bath Mat Tanner 1.
So April asked, what does the white rectangle represent?
That represents
our
piece of paper.
Yes.
So your piece of paper is right there. Yes, you do want to start from the beginning if you are just now tuning in for the first time, okay?
Yes.
Go back, scroll back, watch later, either way, like we love it. So now we would click export, or we could click export as. If we click export as, we can pick exactly where we're going to put it. So we're going to put it in, say, documents. We're going to save it as a PNG. Please save that as a PNG, my friends. So now that we know it's a PNG, we are going to click save. And we're going to click save. So there you go. Now you're going to move this one out off of the mat because that represents our white.
Right, so it is basically just saving what is inside that white.
Yes. So now we rotate this over, drag it down. Okay. So just moving this over, dragging it down, just like so. Position it right here because this is how it will print. We're going to now go ahead and move it from Bath Mat 1 to Bath Mat 2. Now we will select Export As, and we are going to leave it Bath Mat 2 under Documents as a PNG.
So we've had people ask what a PNG is and why save it as a PNG.
So it's a portable network graphic, and PNG is like industry standard when it comes to, digital images and things like that. Sublimation paper, we love it.
So like when you are saving a picture that you've taken, you save it normally as a JPEG because that is the industry standard for a photo.
Yes.
But when we're printing a graphic, you're wanting to save it as a PNG, which is the portable network graphic.
Yes. So look at that, Lauren, save. And then I'm going to open all these for you here in a moment so you can visually see what happens. Don't worry, like I totally am going to go do that. And then I'm just going to scroll over here, find our next layer, drag it over. Look, don't even have to flip this one. Ta-da. And then we're going to unselect, and we're going to move from Bath Mat 2 to Bath Mat 3. And we're going to select Export As. Again, portable network graphic. Documents.
The reason we're doing export as instead of export is because when we do export as,
I gotta know where it's going.
We know exactly where it's going, and we know exactly what format it is going
exactly. Because it says PNG, but I really just want to know where this file's going to end up, y'all. And then look, this is our fourth layer. Super easy. So we're going to change that from 3. We're going to change that to 4, and we're going to click Export As. And there we go, and save. Now, Lauren, let's go over to the Finder. And we're going to go down here to wherever.
It's in Recents, it's right there.
Oh, perfect.
No, that's not the right one.
That was Courtney's. So normally computers have documents, but Courtney's is special.
I would just do a search.
Let's see here. I did type in Tanner. Oh, I want to find documents. So documents. Let's see if I can find this folder. That is so funny. Look at all these files. Courtney, come on. So if I type in Tanner. All right. And where is my bath mat at? Dun, 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 dun. So let's just pretend, I guess, if I cannot find where these have saved to. I need to find her documents.
Just so everyone knows, Tanner is using Courtney's computer right now, and her computer is set up different. It's so crazy how you get so used to what you're doing on your own computer and then moving over to someone else's. Why don't you just try resaving it again and see if we can like save it under the
You know what? What if I just search for the file? Bath mat Tanner. Look at this. Let me search this Mac. Ta-da! And I found it.
There we go.
So we're just going to select all 4, and we're going to open these up. And then here is how our images have been saved. So look at this. So what we've got right here is we have our files, and you can go through and you can see all 4 of our layers. So this is what it saved as, y'all. Is this not so interesting that this is how all 4 have saved? And now here's another reason why you need the course. Because let me go ahead and let me share with you why you need the course. So let's go back to the main camera. After you have exported your images, there's actually a few other steps that you need to take. You need to have, what I personally love to do with Sublimation is set up the printer driver for my specific Epson onto the computer. That's what I love to do. I love to automatically set it as a preset to know that I need to mirror it, that I have the best image quality set, that I know what color codes I want to use. There's a few extra steps that you can take and set it up once, and then it's going to automatically know every single time you do it. I don't have enough time in today's training because today we're focused in on splitting the image up. But if you take the course, if you say yes today, you're saving $70. I'll teach you how to set up your printer driver and pick your favorite settings and preview and things like that we have done. And it's going to be awesome. Like, It is going to be absolutely fantastic. So does everyone understand? And I know if you tuned in even 5 minutes after I did the setting up the white square originally, Inkscape is very different than other programs. So whatever is on your white piece of your white rectangle, your white square, this represents your 8.5 by 11 sheet. So that's why after we had been able to clip set that and take those images, bring it in, export it, that's why it looks like it does here in preview. So what you would do next is you would actually make sure to have that mirrored, because this is like HTV. You're going to put it down and then look at it this way. So that has to always be mirrored. That's very important. I'm trying to think anything else. Make sure it's on great printer settings. Make sure to set up your Sublimation printer correctly. Again, it's all outlined in the course. I'll never be able to make a YouTube video as thorough as the course. There's reasons why you invest in programs like that. So I just want to encourage you, you will save the amount of money you invest in the program and just saving you time, energy, and money. Right, okay. Now what you would do is you would go through and print this out. And here is what it will print as. So you can see, if we want to go overhead now, we can go overhead. That will be really good.
So we already have printed this out for, because it took us a little while to get it printed.
Now, when you're using the eco tanks, Lauren, just like yesterday's project, buckle up.
Yep.
Like, just slow down, take a walk. This is what we're going to do. So you'll have your 4 layers. We're going to actually do a task using 2 different elements. I have a paper trimmer and I have a pair of scissors. We need to, for most of these layers, trim here and trim here. Now, I want to give you a little piece of advice. The ink is right here. Lauren, the ink is right here. If I scratch this, I'm going to be able to see it.
You have to be careful.
This is a careful time. Careful, Tom. There's other paper trimmers you could use to protect better, but we're not about that. And I'm gonna show you, we had a great result. This is my great result right here that we used with this paper trimmer that was less than $12. So you can do that today right here, and we love it. After sell on sublimation, can we still do a split payment? Cheryl, I'm not sure if we're continuing payment plans into 2022. I cannot confirm or deny, so that's a great question. And we use free Canva, it's awesome. Pro Canva's even better, but whichever one you want to use. So,
I do think with Canva, if you plan on using background remover, I think you have to go pro.
Yes, the background remover is there, but you don't need it in every sublimation
you don't need
instance.
No, not at all. And the only reason I say that is because with the sublimation project that I did over Christmas.
Oh, did you get to use the background remover tool?
I had to use the background remover tool, yes.
I love that. So now I'm just trimming this out, and I just want you to see that why I like this paper trimmer is like I'm cutting down here, and then I can stop it and say, okay, is the line, close enough? Is the line too much? I can go through and cut that right here, and then you can see now I have one squared perfectly, and it doesn't, it didn't scratch any of that. So I just want to let you all know there's no scratching the ink and things like that if you're careful. So we're just gonna repeat that to our other layers. Oh, if you did not know about scratching the ink, that's why they don't recommend you to touch it. And if there's debris on your paper, like a piece of glitter or something, you have to get that off too. So
it's very important where you place your fingers.
Notice I'm being very careful.
Very cautious for when you are cutting this. And this is very important if you are having to piece things together.
Yeah, for sure. So we are just being careful, lining this up.
Ava, no, Canva can be used with Windows. That's actually how I taught myself. So I was a Windows user up until I started working with Makers Gonna Learn.
And we threw you a Mac.
I've been a Windows user since I was in middle school. I've only ever used Windows. So me learning Mac has been completely different, but it's compatible with both softwares.
Yes. There's a iPhone app and a desktop, so either way.
And the iPhone app is and I love it.
Yeah, it's
I
really
love
cool.
it.
It's very neat. So say here, look at this. So you can see I didn't perfectly do it. This is when I take my pair of scissors and get in here and make sure I, trim this out just a hair here and a hair there.
So Belle says rip so you don't have harsh lines. I actually tried that on my other one and it worked really, really good. With this, obviously you can't rip, but if you end up sublimating and you see that you are having harsh lines around your edges, it really depends on what you press it on and sublimate on. But there have been projects where I see people have the harsh lines around where the paper is. And that rip worked for me.
I love that.
One of our members suggested it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And it worked because the first one I did, it did have the harsh lines, and then I ripped it. It was great.
I love that.
I love that we learn. You all are here, and it's you all are here to learn from us, but we learn from you all just as much.
That is so true. So notice that we just took those edges, we trimmed them precisely off, we just taped it around. And now what we're going to do, here's what we're gonna do now, y'all. Here's what we're gonna do now. So let's move our paper trimmer. Now you take your 4 layers that you've got here. Here go, kind of set this up. Oh, do I need to cut one more? I think I need to cut this edge. I need to cut this edge right here. Got too busy talking, you know me. So we're gonna fix this one right here. Love it. And then look, I need to chomp off this T so we can go right here. Love that. Okay.
It's a very, very
complex.
Not complex, but it's tedious.
Tedious.
That's the word.
But Lauren, I feel like a lot of our friends here really love
love it. I love it.
Yeah, they love the tediousness. Okay, so This is backwards.
It's
so,
nope. The top of
Yeah,
the
here we
fingers
go.
go on top of the hand.
I was like, where am I going wrong here?
Your fingers go on top of the hand.
I was getting my colors, like I was following the colors rather than the, rather than anything else. So I'm taking just some of this excess off, making sure it's all cleaned up. Okay. Okay. So taking all the debris away, and then we're about to sublimate. So once you have it lined up here, you just line
Look
it
how
up.
perfect that goes together.
Right? It's crazy.
I wish we could snap in real life like Inkscape snaps together.
That would be amazing, Lauren. You need to invent it.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I mean, you can play around with Inkscape. Rosalie asked, can someone play around in Inkscape without having a sub printer to practice?
Yes!
Absolutely.
I'll
That
tell
would
you
be
the same
better.
thing. Mhm.
Like, do that. Play around with your different programmings. Make different things. Or not, I mean, just play around with it before getting that to see if it's going to be right for you.
For sure.
I mean,
Please do that.
sublimation is absolutely amazing, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it's right. It is like perfect thing for everybody.
Correct.
You find your niche and you get good at that.
Yes. Okay, so we've taped these two together, Lauren. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to tape these two together. Look at that. Look at that.
Perfect. And it's another
Y'all.
very important thing. You do not tape over your ink.
Yes,
tape
notice
in
I'm not.
between.
Yes, please do that. Please be careful. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up here, making sure it's all lined up.
Cindy asked, she says she's driving and she's not supposed to be watching videos, but she's not. But she's listening. She's asked, but do you teach how to do this in your sublimation class? If you do, sign me up. I'm all in. We do teach you this and so much more in our sublimation class.
Yes, you're going to learn.
And this is
so many
also
things.
something you can rewatch once you're done driving.
Yes, please rewatch this because it's such a great one. There's so much more that we teach in the class too.
Yes.
Like there's so many more cornerstone pieces of the tutorial that you need of like how we got this image to print exactly how the image was. I think a lot of people's number one concern here is getting great print quality. So print quality is number one when you're in this game, because there's a lot of possibilities to go wrong and things like that, so you want to be very careful. So
yes, we are using heat tape for those who have been asking.
Yeah. Oh, this is my heat-resistant tape. This is the secret weapon to sublimation. This is the secret weapon of putting the puzzle back together, like Wendy just said. And it's just slow and tedious, and I think a lot of you will have a lot of fun with this. Look at this. Wow. I'm loving it.
I know, but you're wow.
I mean, I am impressed. I love this.
Yes, classes never expire. Once you have
Lifetime
purchased
access,
a
my
course,
friend.
lifetime access.
Love that.
Lifetime access, and that's even with our cut files. If you are a member, or if you are wanting to become a member, or on the fence about becoming a member, and you download one of our cut files, if you decide, you've been a member with us for, a couple years or whatever, and for some reason, maybe you got out of cricketing, or maybe it just wasn't in the cards for you that year.
A lot of people's job change it. Job shifts for time period, things like that.
But you get to keep those cut files that you download.
Yes, exactly.
So that is the good part, and the difference with our membership and a lot of other memberships.
Yes, Cricut Access, you literally lose access to your files once you cancel.
Yes,
in
Tammy.
the same way with Netflix and things like that.
Once you purchase the course, you will have access to it. Whenever,
Yes.
all the time.
Yes.
So once
Love
you
that.
purchase the sublimation course, even if you aren't a member, you still have access to that sublimation course.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I either need to trim down this piece over here, or hold on. Oh my goodness.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but our tape dispenser, we just spray painted, right? Because
we did do that. Yes.
Yeah, this is just did we get it from Walmart or somewhere?
I believe Amazon.
So this is, we just ordered, this is just a regular, or a tape dispenser, and we didn't like the color of it.
Yeah, it was very like businessy.
So we spray painted it.
Yeah.
Just like we spray painted the handles of our totes that we're using because we didn't like the color of them, so we spray painted them pink.
That is true. That is true. Okay, so this is where you can get a little bit more particular with tape if you feel like you need to, and things like that. You do have to be able to pick this up and lay it down, so you want to make sure that you can move it around. So like I really think I want to put a piece of tape right here and see if it'll fit, but it might not. So what I'm going to do is cut this down a little, cut this down just a hair, and I'm going to take this little bitty piece, and then what I'm going to do...
Oh, Courtney just dropped the link to the dispenser for
Yay,
you all.
Thanks, Court. Look at that. I've added another little piece of tape. That's very helpful. You can add another piece if you want. Lauren, is there any questions about this process? I feel like it's easier seen than tried to talk through.
Yes. So how do I guess you line up image to iron it on? So what we're doing is we're using heat resistant tape to tape all of these.
Yeah.
We used an 8.5 by 11 paper, and we did this because a lot of our friends do have the smaller printers, and we wanted to show you all how to piece together a large image with a smaller printer.
Exactly.
So we are taping it and piecing it together with heat resistant tape.
Yes. So now what you can do, so now Lauren, we get to decide, do we want to use this one? Or, so we had our team prep this one, and we ended up taking this from 6 layers down to 4.
Yes, because
so this is the one we prepped. So which one do we want to use today? I
say we do the one we've been doing.
Okay. I mean, they both look amazing. So
right.
The next step is so what Lauren was talking about was kind of taking these edges and ripping them.
Yes.
I'm just going to cut them because we cut these and you can't tell.
And
there's some material.
Yes.
Can you explain there's some material? What material?
I think a lot of people have issues with t-shirts.
Yeah.
That there's certain t-shirt materials
when
that
you use
end
that
up
heat press.
Yeah, that end up having the harsh lines. Which the material that I use is actually, I didn't use it for this sublimation to stay on, the sublimation ink to stay on there anyway.
Right.
So the harsh lines really didn't matter. I just wanted to see if it worked.
Sure.
Yeah, no, the ripping, like I said, a lot of people have issues with the t-shirt, but this bath mat is padded.
Yes.
So it's not so hard on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't had any issues with the harsh lines on it yet.
Now let's talk about the reason why I'm why I'm cutting. I want to get a great placement, Lauren, and sometimes when I don't have a good outline, I won't be able to place it properly. But a lot of friends are gonna be like, oh, just go ahead and place it down. No, it is not time to place this image yet. It is not. What we have to do now is the next step of our process is make sure our heat press is on and we have to prepare our bath mat. So we're gonna grab our lint roller today. I'm going to just go ahead and lint roll this. Just go ahead and lint roll this real good.
Oh, somebody asked, and I don't know that it was about the butcher paper, so that's going to be a really good, it's an important step.
Oh, we're about there. We're about to butcher paper, Tom.
But she said that she went to go buy butcher's paper, and they only had the pink butcher's paper, and she wasn't sure if the pink would transfer during the heating process.
I don't think it would, but
I wouldn't think. We've never ran into that issue.
Guys, I've been using I'm almost out. I'm almost out of my butcher's paper. Is that not crazy?
No, we're on one.
I'm almost out of my butcher's paper. Can y'all believe that? Can y'all believe that?
Listen, I mean, it might have to be something we test out.
We might have to. So I just went ahead, lint rolled this bad boy. Okay. We are preheating our Easy Press, so we do have a second to take a little Q&A. I'm gonna make sure.
So we did have a friend while you're doing that asking why is it mirrored. So the reason that when we do sublimation, it has to be mirrored is because we turn it upside down.
Yep.
To transfer it onto our blank. Yes. So that's why, just like with heat transfer vinyl,
yes,
you have to mirror your heat transfer vinyl. We are mirroring this because it is going to be turned upside down and placed on top of our blank before we heat it.
Exactly. Okay, so we'll just place this down right here, and we're just go position it. Make sure we're super, super happy with it.
So a lot of our sublimation blanks that we find are on Amazon.
Yeah, and not all sublimation blank companies are made the same, so just be mindful of the reviews, read them very thoroughly, make sure you've got great, make sure there's some great reviews to support you, you know what I mean?
Right. And there was another question. What is the sublimation spray that some people use? So that is just, why don't you go ahead and explain what that is?
So let's talk about sublimation spray because it is such a hot topic here at our office and with crafters across the world.
And we just had someone say, have you tried sublimation spray for cotton?
So that is actually available in our course. I compare 3 different ways to sublimate cotton. And this results are very surprising. I want to just encourage you to take the training. But the exact question was, are they asking what it is and have I tried it? I have tried the sublimation spray. I have tried the spray for you. It's not my favorite. There are ways to make it great, but it is additional steps. There's more trial and error for sure. Getting it to dry, how many layers, things like that. But that will allow you to sublimate on cotton. But we have some really unique workarounds today that you can actually do to sublimate on cotton. So again, you might want to question, do I want to sublimate on cotton? I don't recommend sublimating on cotton near as much as I would a sublimation blank and things like that. So yeah. Cheryl says the spray was not great for me. Yeah, if you lower your expectation, which I never like to do, you can do it. But why would we lower such a high expectation? It's possible. Okay, so we're going to take this right here. Butcher's paper, always on top, as you all know. This will be 4 hits. This will be 4 hits right here. So we're just going to heat this 4 times, following pretty much the same corners. And we're going to be very careful. So we're going to start down here in the bottom right. We're doing 60 seconds per corner.
And it's very important that you do not move. Like once this has been done pressing and you do need to apply pressure, just pick it straight up. Don't scoot it. Because there's been issues, pick it straight up and then move it and right back down.
Yep. Yay, thanks Charlotte.
Will the sublimation on the bath mat fade after use and washing?
No, not at all. Not at all. So you love it. Have you sublimated on vinyl so it can be put on darker items? Carolyn, so yes, I have sublimated on vinyl, but here's the deal. Why would we sublimate on something, then put it, if we sublimate on, thank you, Sin.
Yeah, it's in like very tiny letters on here.
So here's the question. If we're going to sublimate on vinyl, and then we have already decided that the vinyl is not going to be near as permanent, I run into a question I ask myself, why are we doing it? Like, you know what I'm saying, Lauren? Yeah. Why would we... Then we would run into the same issue of just putting regular heat transfer vinyl. Now, there are projects that you're going to say, Tanner, I'm totally fine with, risking the vinyl.
Right.
Because I can have my own pattern.
Right.
And things like that. So that's fine. But I like to ask myself.
No, the ink will not come off on your feet when wet, not at all.
No.
So what sublimation, if you missed Tanner's kind of explanation about what sublimation, that's a mouthful, about what it is. So the ink, when you use that heat press and it heats it up, and it does have to be at a fairly high heat, 400 degrees.
400 degrees is top.
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot.
So it turns that ink into a chemical or into a gas.
Yes.
And then that gas adheres to the fibers, like the poly fibers, any of those poly rayon blend, not cotton. It has to be a synthetic fiber.
Yes.
And that adheres to those synthetic fibers.
Yes.
And then it stays and it doesn't go anywhere.
Love it. Is butcher's paper comparable to freezer paper? No. Butcher's paper is in its own area.
Yes.
This will not work with parchment. This will not work with freezer.
So freezer and parchment have like a waxy layer on them.
Yeah.
You cannot use that.
Now, Lauren, you were raised, I feel like, very different than me. Please answer me this. did our families, me and Lauren grew up very close together, which will be a story
Yes.
for one day.
Yes, we will have to tell you all that story. We grew up so close together, yet didn't know each other.
Yet so far away.
Until I started working with you. I mean, I knew of you.
Yeah, same. But okay, back to the question. So is people really supposed to use butcher's paper to like wrap up meat? Like I feel like that's something like if someone killed a deer.
Oh yeah,
back
we've taken plenty of beefs to a packing house, and we've come back with them wrapped in butcher's paper and masking tape.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought my mama would have used it.
Yeah.
I figured. Good to know.
But I mean, anymore, they don't do that anymore. A lot of it is now vacuum
seal. Yeah, vacuum.
sealed.
Yeah. I love that. Sublimate on wood on top of polyacrylic. Any safe hacks? Thinking cornhole boards.
That's what. Yeah.
I want to make a sublimation on wood cornhole board.
Hey, and we can even, if you all are not afraid to use power tools, like we could even teach you.
We have taught them how to build their own before.
On their own cornhole boards?
Yes, at a summit. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Dun 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 dun. Dun
Let's
dun dun.
let's go back overhead so
We're
we
gonna
can
let
see
it
the
cool for a
big
second.
reveal.
I'm gonna let it cool for a second. I'm gonna peek it because I need to see first.
Yeah.
I need to see first. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ooh. This looks really good.
So we've had people, can you sublimate on wood?
Yes. Oh
Yes.
my gosh. So yes, you can sublimate on wood. It is amazing. I love the look of it. It's very good. You're gonna love it.
Y'all look at this.
Look at this. I mean, look at this. Like, so you can see the line here, but it goes away, and then you can see the I mean, all of this looks.
See, this is the good
Just
thing
so
with
good.
this, with like the bath mat where it is fuzzy. It
Any
looks like you'll have those
imperfections.
harsh lines, but it'll go away. And I guess that's with t-shirts. You don't have that
You don't have
fuzziness
that.
to let that go
Yeah,
away.
No.
So ripping it around the edges
Yeah,
really
so
helps.
I just like to get this tape off here too.
Oh, Carol says, how about desktop size cornhole boards?
That would be so fun.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, I'm just gonna get this other piece of tape off. But yeah, both of these are super easy, guys. Like you can totally do this. Why is this not wanting to come off? That is beyond me. I'll worry about it later. And then look at that. So that came off. So look at these. Both turned out absolutely amazing. We have two that, I mean, look, Lauren, look at this.
know.
I mean, wow. Wow.
Yep.
So this was a line, like there was, where's the edge? Where's the edge here? I mean, not.
We don't have one.
You can see a tiny line. This is good. Look at, that was flawless. I was very worried about this square. It really
No, it
came
turned out
together.
great.
The lines there. I'm trying to point out the lines so like you can find them. But even, let's see if we can find any here. Looks like there was one here, but very mild. I mean, both of these turned out so good. What do you guys think? I mean, honestly, is this something you need to do? Like, imagine this on a blanket. Imagine doing your own bath mat. I could put, imagine putting some scripture on here, whatever you want. Like, you could do something really fun. I would also do, like, just a big, quote. Like, that would be really fun. There's so many great possibilities to be able to sublimate and rock a split image. Like, this is the training. This is the hard part was the software. The fun part was sublimating. The hard part was software. Fun part was sublimating. You know what I mean, my friends? Oh my goodness. How about that? Y'all did it. We made it. What is going on, guys? Tanner Bell here with makersgonnalearn.com. I'm so excited to be here with you today because we're sharing our Sublimation for Beginners video. This is going to teach you how to make 2 projects start to finish by the end of today's video. We're going to go over all the supplies needed to get started with sublimation because, guys, I understand it can be difficult. There is so much to learn, and as you can see on the table, there's a lot of things that may be new to you that you need for sublimation, whether it is the blanks, the ink, all sorts of things that you need for your project today. So what I've already went ahead and done is we have a great freebie for you to grab today. The first link down below is go have a link for a sublimation checklist. You can grab this checklist and get everything you need to get started with sublimation. So that free gift gift is linked right down below, and we're super excited. So if you love Cricut, sublimation, and so much more, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more DIY videos, and I cannot wait to jump into this video. All the sublimation files featured today is actually exclusive to our brand new course, Makers Gonna Sublimate. You have to go check it out with over 16 training videos and 200 exclusive files. You do not want to miss out on this brand new training course to learn all about sublimation. So let's go ahead and jump right into what supplies you actually need to be able to sublimate. Now, if you're brand new, you may not know that it's very popular to take an already existing printer and be able to convert it. This right here is my faithful Epson Workforce WF7710, and it works amazing. I've had this since 2019. The price has increased, so there are a few alternatives that you can convert, but it's really neat. So if you don't want to have to convert your own printer, you can purchase a sublimation specific printer. They have the Sawgrass, which is really nice, and we have one of those in our office. But due to size and being able to make literally as many and as big of projects as we like to do, this comes in super handy because it helps out with everything we need to do, okay? Now, after you have a printer, you have to have the ink to convert it. So there's a lot of different ones. There's Cosmo. StarCraft just recently came out with their sublimation ink, which is really fantastic. So you'll want to grab that, and then you'll also want to go through the converting process. So we're not going to share that in today's video, but there will be more information for that when you grab the checklist. We have a course, so it's super fantastic to check out all of that because sublimation kind of has a lot of moving parts, okay? So next after that, you're going to need sublimation paper. And this right here is hands down probably the leader in the sublimation game, and this is paper from Asub. And this right here, we have the large sheets that are 13 by 19 inches. It's very helpful to have these large sheets. You can cut them down, you can use them in different ways. It's just really helpful so you can have the nice large projects because you can make some really big sublimation projects. Now, after you have the ink, the paper, the printer, let's go ahead and go over what you actually have to have when it comes to making a sublimation project from a blank. So right here, you have to have polyester products. So this right here is a sublimation mug. This is actually from Cricut. Anything that is 65 and up poly blend will work perfect for sublimation. Now, the richer color you want, the closer you want to be to 85 to 100% polyester for your projects. It's very important that you can have high polyester blend in your projects today. Okay, my friends? So today, in these start to finish projects we're going to do together, because I really believe after you see everything, you really need to know how to use the products and how it all kind of works together, right? So we have a 100% polyester garden flag, which is really nice. So this is 100% polyester. So we'll be able to do a great transfer on here, and it's gonna be perfect for today's video. And again, we have the Cricut mug that is perfect as well for sublimating. So that's fantastic. You have the blanks, the inks, the paper. Now let's talk about what you need for your heat. Now, as a beginner, you may want to start out with an easy press. As a sublimation beginner, do not feel like you have to go out and spend $500 on a big heat press. I just don't want you to do that yet. So use what you have. So whether you have an easy press that's 9x9, the large one we're using today is 10x12, really whichever you have will be perfect for your sublimation projects, okay? So you wanna have a great heat source. And now we also have the Cricut mug press. And if you have any interest in doing your tumblers, being able to create mugs, and having something that is never going to wash off, that is dishwasher safe, this mug press right here is perfect for you to take advantage and be able to jump in to sublimation. Now, my friends, this is a lot. There's a lot of things that we use. There's also the Teflon sheet. You wanna have your heat resistant mat. And we even have a glove here when we're working with the mugs. There's a lot of different things you need. You will also want heat resistant tape. And if you have heat resistant tape, this is how you're going to get the best quality project right out of the gate every single time. Everything you see here are things that we use in every sublimation project. But my friend, you don't have to start out with all of this. Use what you have, and slowly, as you decide to get more into it, you can add other items as you go. You don't have to have a mug press and a large easy press or a big heat press to get started. We want you to start sublimation with what you have. So if you're excited to see why and how all these things work together, let's go ahead and jump over and start working on our mug. Today we're going to work in Cricut Design Space to help design our mug, and then I'm going to share with you how you can take any design, whether it's from makersgonnalearn.com or any other platform, and put it in Preview, which is a free platform on your Mac. There's similar ones for Windows, and just print it out. So we're going to share with you 2 ways on how to do that. It's really fantastic, and I'm really excited for you to see exactly how to get started and the practical uses for all of these items, because I know at times it can be overwhelming. So let's go ahead and jump into Cricut Design Space. So when you import the cut file, you're going to go ahead and see that it says that this is a print then cut. So if you go up to operation, you'll see it's a print then cut. So today we're actually using the print then cut feature to print out and create today's project. You're going to see how we're able to utilize the Cricut Design Space software to make a really easy sublimation mugs all inside Design Space. Now again, you could design this from scratch as well, but it's also just a great platform to size your image and have it print out really easily with Cricut Design Space. So I wanted to also note that when you are making a Cricut mug using the Cricut mugs, you will want to make sure the size is a little bit less than 3.75 inches height. So we made ours 3.6, and the width today is 3.11. So that's the size for our mug today. You can kind of play around with what size you want yours, but this will be fantastic. So now we're going to press Make It. As you can see, it's going to put it on the mat for you, and it's going to give this black square around your image. That's okay, we're going to cut that off. So now what we want to do is go ahead and mirror our image. We have been able to mirror our image, and we're going to press Continue. When you're getting ready to print your image, make sure you have your printer selected. Today we're using the Epson Workforce 7710 series. So one thing I want to let you guys know is when you're doing this, be sure to turn bleed off. So go ahead and turn that off and then press Print. All right, my friends, so we printed this out right here, and you can see the colors are not as vibrant as it looks like on your computer. That is completely fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to save some of this paper. We're going to be able to use this, cut it to other sizes. We just had this loaded in, so we're just working with that. So what we're going to do, take our scissors, and we're going to trim it down and just take off the black rectangle. You could use a paper trimmer, you can use your scissors, whatever you want today. I'm going to cut pretty small so I know exactly the size of our image. Now, one thing I want to share with you, Sublimation has the ink. This is an ink transfer, right? So do you want to scratch the image? No. Be sure to be careful when touching the image, just so you don't scratch it, because that could affect your design. Typically with vinyl, we're used to touching it, weeding it, you know, everything like that. You just want to be very careful when you are going about it. So just like that. Now at this time, when we're getting our little image ready, remember we mirrored it. So once this is cut out, you're simply going to want to go ahead and turn on your mug press, and this will be heating up. When it's ready to heat down and heat your image, what you're going to do is you're going to see the little power button turn green. So in the meantime, we have to get our mug ready for our project. There's a few things you want to know. So I have a lint roller today, which is very important for all sublimation projects. It's just as important as having the heat resistant tape. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and we're just gonna make sure there's no lint on our mug. Now at first, that might seem a little silly because you're like, why would there be any lint on your mug? There could be fingerprints, there could be residue that could ruin your transfer. So just be very careful when taking care of your mug. And I actually have a pro tip for you guys today because I've made this mistake far too many times and I don't want you to make the same mistake as well. So let me share with you what you need to be careful about when making mugs. So for today's design, it says this is my movie watching mug, right? What does that mean? That means the person looking at you can read the mug, not necessarily that you can read the mug, right? So what you want to do is not have the design facing me. We want the design facing you, the friend walking by while you're watching your movie, right? Or if you want to read it, you can put it on this side. So for today's project, we are going to put the handle on my left side over here, and I'm going to put the design right here. There's been times when I've applied designs in the beginning, accidentally putting it in the middle here or on the wrong side. So just be very mindful and hold the mug and decide, am I gonna hold it in my left hand? Am I gonna hold it in my right hand? Like, what is that gonna look like? So you know what side to put the design on. So all you wanna do is apply your design. You wanna give some space from the handle because you don't want it too close there, and you're gonna start taping it down. Now we recommend here more tape than not enough because you never know how much tape you actually need for your sublimation projects because we do not want it to move at all. So you want to tape down all the corners in any space that you can just to make sure you're getting a great design. So most importantly, you just want to make sure your design is flush, that you're happy with the placement, and that it is laying down perfectly. So I see right here, this part isn't. So I'm going to take just a little piece of tape, lay it down, and kind of pull it out. So just like so that when we put this in our mug press, it's going to be easy to get a great result, okay? So now you can put the glove on, but it's really easy to be able to place this in the mug press without the glove needed. We're gonna use the glove when we get it out. So we can just place this down right here. Now remember, this is hot. So you just wanna place this down just like so. And now, once you're ready, we're gonna be able to press this down and the automatic timer will begin. So it will now light up one little dot and then work its way for all 5 dots. All right, guys, it's beeping at us to remove the mug, and I'm gonna put the glove on just for safety. Again, you don't have to have this because if you don't have this, what I'd recommend is just opening this up, letting it cool down, and then grabbing it because the handle shouldn't be too hot. We just wanna be super careful with our mug. So with the glove, I can confidently grab it and have no issue. Now you can see right here, the design is kind of peeking through. So what we need to do is let this sit here and cool off. You definitely want to let this cool a little bit, and then we can start removing the tape and see our awesome design. All right, so now we can just simply finish removing this, and you can see you have your awesome design. This is my movie watching mug. How awesome is this? I love that when you transfer the design onto the mug, that's when you get to see all that vibrant color come to life. When you have the transfer, it doesn't look near as vibrant, so people get worried. But once you are heat activated, you let it cool, you can remove it and reveal your awesome design. All right, friends, we've made our mug. Now I want to share with you how we're going to make the garden flag. If you can make the mug, the garden flag is going to be a piece of cake. I'm super excited to share with you how to do it. And since we're making larger than print and cut size with your Cricut, we're not actually going to use Cricut Design Space. This garden flag right here is 12 inches by 17 inches. And remember, our sublimation paper is 13 by 19. So this is a great opportunity where you have the perfect size paper to fit your garden flag. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to look over at our computer. Now I mentioned that we're using Preview today for our project. So we have a Maker's Gonna Learn print and cut file right here. It's called Be Kind. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Tools, and we need to flip horizontal, because in Cricut Design Space, what is called mirror is called flip horizontal here on Preview. So once you press that button, you can see your image has now been flipped. That is something you do not want to forget, and notice you have to do it right out of the gate before sizing your image, before anything. That is step one. All right, step number 2, let's go over to File and press Print. Now that you've pressed print, we need to go and select our printer. We're working with the Epson Workforce 7710 series today. The next thing you want to do is select your paper size. We're going to select 13 by 19, and you may need to set this as a custom size. If you are new to creating custom sizes, let's go ahead and press Manage Custom Sizes. Right here, you can see we have an untitled one that is 13 by 19. And I'm going to go ahead and just add a new one, and we're going to type in Sublimation 13 by 19. Bye, chickies. Once you've named it and you entered the width and the height, you can press OK. So that's our paper size today. And now we're going to go ahead and click on Scale to Fit, and we're going to click Fill Entire Page. Just like so, it's good to go. We can go ahead and now press Print. That was fast. That was pretty fast, you have to admit. Beautiful. How about that? All right, we have our design. And again, look, it's not super vibrant, but it will be soon after we hit our project. So just like preparing our mug, what we need to do is prepare our garden flag. So we're gonna bring our garden flag in, and we have it on our Easy Press mat. And what we're going to do is grab that lint roller, and we're gonna just remove all the lint. And again, this is 100% polyester, so that's gonna be perfect for today's project. Now you also want to come over to your Easy Press and start preheating it to 400 degrees for 50 seconds. That is the temperature we've set it today. So you can see it's set to 400. So now it's go heat up, and then while it's heating up, we're just going to go ahead and take our Be Kind. And I'm going to actually move this over right here, and we're going to apply it down onto our garden flag. Sometimes this can be a little bit difficult to do because you can't really see through the A-sub paper too well. So what I like to do is flip it over and cut off the top and bottom. It helps me with placing the image. We're gonna now be able to apply this a lot easier onto our garden flag because we can position it, we can see the outline, and it's gonna be a lot easier. So now, here's the pro tip of the day. You might think, oh, I'm gonna take the Easy Press, I'm gonna push it down, it's gonna be great. Anytime I press without going ahead and using that heat resistant tape, I end up getting some type of blur because it scoots around just a little bit. So I'm gonna take some heat resistant tape and I'm just gonna go around the design while our Easy Press is still warming up and just applying this down. Heat resistant tape is amazing to use when you're working with sublimation. All right, our Easy Press is heated up. We're gonna grab our Teflon sheet. This is optional, but it's definitely nice to have it and use it if you have one. But you could also use butcher paper or anything like that. Just a barrier to protect your paper from the heat plate. Now you're gonna pick up the very warm Easy Press. You're gonna apply it over your design. And then here's what we need to do today. We need to press the button to start the countdown. But notice I'm applying firm pressure, and once I place this down, I'm not moving it. You do not want to move any of your Easy Press in this process. So we're going ahead and just heating this down for 50 seconds. All right, so I took the Easy Press off. Now we're going to gently peel up our Teflon sheet and you can start seeing the design come through. This is a really good sign that your design is looking great. You want to double check everything, see your design, let this cool down just a few seconds, as cool as you want it to be, and kind of take a look. Look at this. So you can see right here, you have your Be Kind design and it is perfect. I love how vibrant this is, guys. Like, it looks so good. And this will be a great little garden flag for your home. It is that easy to sublimate, my friends. You do not have to have a ton of supplies. You just have to have a few core materials to make your projects amazing. And what I love about this is these projects are super permanent. You're gonna be able to wash your garden flag without any worry about vinyl peeling up. You're gonna be able to throw your mug in the dishwasher and have great results every single time. If you are excited about sublimating, definitely check out our sublimation checklist linked right down below so you are able to grab that today. It is our gift to you, completely free. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and not only going over all these products, but making 2 super easy projects with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos, and if you want these cut files and thousands of others, be sure to check out makersgonnalearn.com and join our membership. We cannot wait to see you in our community. Have a great day, my friends. Bye now.